get started?
We are
Yes.
ready, Master.
You're recording and all that kind of stuff?
I am recording, Master.
All right. We already talked about poop, so that should be okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last session,
All hail the
you
poop.
guys pooped on the mine, and oh wait, no, you fought the mine. Uh, the party explored the altar room, and Ayla found the little chute behind the altar where the dead bodies were. Iris, you have that sacrificial dagger.
Mhm.
Uh, Lapis, you picked up a dragon statue, realized that it was a statue of Dondragel, and dropped it on the ground.
In
Um,
horror,
you
mind
also
you.
tipped over the altar because
Yes.
you're obviously a punk rocker and need to just destroy things.
Yes.
Disrespect
Iris,
your surroundings.
Iris, you turned two of the dead bodies that were drained into zombies, and you left them in there.
Mhm.
So they're there to murder unsuspecting travelers at a later
No
date.
reason to remind everybody else about that, but yeah.
Uh, I apologize. I will start putting things to not remind you. UA searched the closet and found the skin suits. The party explored the study, and Iris read those documents on the desks. Caden found the dragon egg and took it. Lapis, you searched the desk and found that sending stone, so remember that you have that in your inventory.
Well, that's right. Okay, I gotta add
I,
that still.
I did also take a goblet full of onyx stones.
Yes, okay. I actually thought you guys had left that, but I will fix that in my feed. See, this is why writing things down is good, because then you can remember things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You guys came back. The mime was able to get away. Uh, it escaped with 2 hit points and ran out into the wilderness to probably be seen from again. Uh, you arrived at the town, went straight to the inn. You guys met with Ember. You cast a spell to summon Ugna. Yue was sent off to go help find Tuli, and Ugna is now part of the party as a brick. Does anyone have anything that they want to talk to about or ask before we start?
Yeah. I know right before we ended the session, I know we did camp chat, but technically you left it on a cliffhanger, and Ugna saying, well, this is what happened to Tuli.
Yeah. Uh, I had actually forgotten that I did that. So I will give you that information. He is going to talk to you privately about that. Um, Above board, it's because I haven't written it all out yet, and so I don't want to start giving you information that may change later.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I've started on it and I have ideas, but I want to write it out so that
Yeah.
it's set in stone.
Completely understand.
All right.
Set in stone. Okay.
That's good. All right. So you guys spend some time in the tavern talking and drinking and non-alcoholic beverages because strangely enough this party is no drinkers in it. Very weird for a D&D game.
Wait,
Anyways,
Right.
Caden drinks.
Excuse me, I most definitely drank.
okay, good. I thought for sure that nobody was drinking alcohol, and it was very strange to me as a D&D DM.
No,
Usually,
Amber likes the drink.
if you put somebody in a tavern, they're like, "Yeah, we order all the drinks." I'm like, anyways, and all of the stuff that happened in Cab Chat, I'm gonna compile and put into a little document so it will become canon. So if there's anything you want to become uncanon, just let me know. What else? Yeah, so you guys all enjoy your night and eventually head to bed, and you guys all go to sleep. And you have a very uneventful night, and then you wake up in the morning. You all wake up fairly early as you hear a rooster crowing in the distance outside your window. The small but cozy room is tidy with a few beds and a table with chairs strategically placed so that the room feels open and inviting. The beds you slept in were quite comfortable, with feather mattresses and pillows all adorned with a warm, soft bedding. As you awake, you see that a bowl has been placed on a stand near the door, and you can see that steam is still gently curling up from the still warm water. An assortment of toiletries have been arranged neatly on a low table next to the washstand. You all go about your morning routines, readying yourself for the day. So, what is like a typical day, typical morning for Caden?
Oh, for Caden?
Yeah.
Oh, this morning is not a typical morning, though.
Okay.
So
what is
I
Caden
have
do
a hard
this morning?
time waking up because I'm not feeling good.
Okay.
And I don't want to get out of bed.
Okay, so you're struggling to get out of bed. And who rooms with who? You guys have 2 rooms. One of the rooms has 4 beds, the other one has 2.
I think, am I the only male?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I just room with Ugna. I don't know.
Ugna gets the whole bed.
Ugna,
Lapis, I assumed that Lapis was getting her own private room.
Okay, you can do that. The inn will only provide 2 rooms for you, so if you want your own private room, you will have to pay for it.
Okay, how much would I've had to pay?
So you will pay 1 gold per night.
Okay, yeah, so she
me too.
gladly paid that.
If you're trying to get your own room, you have to pay 1 gold a night. If you sleep in one of the 2 rooms provided by Taps, then it is free of charge.
So would I have been provided in one of the 2 rooms?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys have 2 rooms. You guys can divvy up who sleeps in them amongst yourselves.
Yeah, Lapis definitely paid the gold to have her privacy. Were you finished, Caden?
Yeah.
Okay. So, her morning routine, think the military and kind of how you wake up in a barracks and you're just like hopping right up as soon as that crow, calls. I would say almost she's awake before the crow, or not the crow, the rooster. So she jumps up out of bed and she had taken off her heavy plate armor, and then she kind of starts that, which it is a routine for her, is just, strapping it onto herself, looking in the mirror, brushing it off. She dips her hands into that wash bin and she kind of throws the water on her and kind of rubs her scales away. Not away, but like off any dirt. And would you say there's a mirror in there probably?
Yes.
Yeah. She stands up and looks in the mirror and tightens anything that looks like it's not fitting right. And she kind of sticks a finger here and there to make sure that there's not too much of a gap, but it isn't too tight. Then she kind of puts her weapons on her back and puts her greatsword on her back and fastens her dagger to her hip. Takes a few more notes in her journal, kind of nondescript, nothing really terribly important, but just kind of putting a date on the page so that if anything important happens on that day, she has it dated. Slips it in her pack and then walks out to the
Okay.
restaurant portion.
What about you,
Never.
Ayla? What does a typical morning consist for Ayla?
Waking up, same thing, also writing in a journal.
Okay.
Reading over the previous day's entries, making notations, and overall just getting dressed. And that's about it. Like, there's nothing real special. I mean, other than like getting food and stuff like that.
Okay, and we will get to that in a minute. So absolutely. Okay. How about you, Ember?
So you can leave that open. No, because there's bugs. Sorry.
No, they
Sorry.
cleaned all the bugs out of your
Sorry.
room. Don't worry.
Yeah. So Ember would wake up, and she would first start with, putting her hair up in space buns, and she meticulously brushes her hair before she does that, and then she meditates as long as she can, and then if she still has time, she would get up and do some what do you call them? Some moves, just like meditative moves, just kind of like practicing.
Like Tai Chi type stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, like keeping herself, okay, sorry, it's late, so my brain is still trying to function.
Like Tai Chi meditation sort of thing.
Or she's just trying to stay on top of it every day. Like she does it every day to make sure that she stays good and
Oh, like a training.
yeah, instead of like working out hard, this is what she does.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Okay. So you spend some time meditating, going through your forums, keeping yourself fit, and your training kind of
Brushing her hair. Yes.
Oh, and brushing your hair, of course. So, Iris, I know that you kind of made your way out of the tavern to go find somewhere else to sleep at night.
Yep.
Why don't you go ahead and describe kind of a typical morning for you when you wake up, kind of wherever you are.
Typically, Iris wakes up pretty early and gathers up all of her belongings and is out the door. Probably like asking that sunrise or a little bit before, wandering around and keeping tabs on the area since she's been whenever she's with the party. Under today's circumstances, she probably slept in.
Absolutely. And so you all kind of wake up, go about your morning routines.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is this is mostly for Iris. Are you back at the tavern?
That
You said that you
depends on
slept somewhere
Josh.
else.
So I will let you know when she's back in the tavern.
Okay.
She will be there for breakfast. So finally, you all make your way down the well-lit hallway to the common room. The room is large and inviting, and well-built wooden tables fill the room. Some long with wooden benches for groups, and also smaller, more intimate tables for couples or those looking to have quiet conversations or maybe play a game of stones. Each table is clean and well tended. Misty busies herself sweeping the wooden floor for what seems like the umpteenth time, as not a speck of dust can be found. The smell of freshly cooked sausage and warm bread fills the room. Taps leans casually against a bar, a pewter mug in one hand and a clean rag in the other, speaking to a burly miner sitting on a lacquered wooden stool. The miner gestures wildly with a half-eaten sausage waving in his hand, clearly in the middle of the story. As you make your way to a table, you hear both men burst into uproarious laughter, with Taps throwing his head back and the miner nearly falling off his stool. You all find a seat at a table as the miner shoves the last portion of sausage into his mouth, downs the rest of his mug, and slaps Taps on the shoulder jovially. Well, Taps, thanks for the fine breakfast, but better get on over to the foundry. There's a shipment coming in this morning, and should have already been there, but I couldn't have resisted coming in here for some Misty sausages. I guess I'll be on my way then. The miner grabs his bag off the stool next to him and makes his way out the door. As the miner passes each of you, your eyes fall on a man leaning back in his chair in the corner. You note his fine black leather-booted feet up on the table, balancing on glistening silver spurs. He has long, thin blonde hair hanging past his shoulders, with blue-painted chainmail covering a bright red shirt, billowing up around his neck almost like a scarf. Blue leather breeches are tucked into his boots. You watch as he takes a bite of an apple. When he does so, you notice his high cheekbones as well as a broad and well-defined chin. As you look a bit longer, it's obvious that any reasonable person, male or female, would find this man incredibly handsome. After staring for probably too long, you notice him looking in your direction. His striking, icy blue eyes meet yours, and his lips curl up into a broad smile. So, what can I get for you all? You're surprised and look up as Misty, a short, pleasantly plump, gray-haired woman, her hair pulled back into a neat bun, stands next to your table. Her round face and high rosy cheeks beam a grandmotherly smile down at each of you. So, what can I get for y'all?
Water for me, please.
Of course. Can I get any of you guys any breakfast? You guys want something to drink other than the water for the sir here?
I would really like a cup of hot water so that I can put some tea leaves into that. And I will also just take a piece of bread for now. Would you be able to make a salad? I know that's weird for breakfast.
She smiles down at you and she says, "Oh, don't worry about it. Of course we can, sweetie." And
Oh,
right
thank
as
you.
she says that, the door opens and Iris comes walking into the common room and heads over to the table to join all of you.
Morning, everyone.
Misty smiles at you and winks and says, "What can I get for you, little one?"
Whatever's on the breakfast.
Of
Eggs.
course. You know what? How about I do this? I'll just bring you guys all some breakfast. You guys enjoy your morning. I'll be right back. And she smiles at you as walks away back to the bar. She goes to the back, and you guys are left at the table for a while. Is there anything you guys wanted to specifically discuss this morning, or are you guys just kind of hanging out at the table, eating your breakfast and getting ready to go out for the day?
I'll take a moment to roleplay.
Absolutely, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think as Iris comes in, I'd be like, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm doing the fucking wrong accent. Where do you go in the mornings?
Yeah, go for a run. I can join you.
I appreciate it, but I like some time alone after spending it all with everyone.
I mean,
You know, a little break gives
Understandable.
everyone a good.
it's not very safe, Althea, you know.
I think you're projecting, Caden. But
Alfia.
Althea.
No,
Are you saying
Yeah, I was like, did I miss something
sorry.
in the chat?
Iris. And you see, Caden looks like sweaty, dark eyes. Like, he already has voids for eyes, but he has, like, dark circles under them.
do you think you should go back to sleep, Caden?
Yeah, probably, but we have a busy day.
You say so.
And, no, I won't do that yet.
Can I, what would I roll for that? I want to get a gauge on how sick he appears.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a medicine check.
If
MD,
yeah.
he's dying.
Eh.
He doesn't look good. However, through your guys' conversations as you guys have been talking and stuff like that, you're aware that it's been a pretty busy, maybe week or so since they've been here, where they've been sleeping rough out in the wild a lot, and lots of things.
I'm
have
not
been
aware of
going on.
this though, right?
I think they would have talked about it just in
Okay.
general conversation. Because that way we just don't have to go through the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys let her know what you guys have been doing. And so you can't tell if it's just exhaustion. Like, he clearly is tired and needs a little bit of extra rest. But you can't tell if it's exhaustion or sickness.
Hayden, are your eyes normally that color?
Are your eyes normally that color?
Yeah, they're normally blue, but I've
Mine
never
are-
seen someone with black eyes like that.
Yeah, that's just how I was born.
Oh, okay. I'd never seen it before. I thought maybe it was an ailment of sorts.
Oh, no.
My apologies.
No, it's okay. I get it.
Question for DM. How distanced are we from anyone else who would be trying to listen in?
So the common room is very kind of.
Oh, are we supposed to be on
sparse.
that map, by the way?
Oh, yes, you should be on it. My bad. I'm on that map, but I didn't.
So, Josh, something happened with my character sheet,
Yes.
and I think you might have to re-add my token or something.
Okay. Let's see. All right, that fix it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get around. It looks like for some reason the images got messed up. I'll have to add the one for in the what's it called? The journal, so that when you're looking at it in the journal, it'll have an image. But I got your token. All right, and then could everyone else drag your tokens onto the screen if you could?
Oh, cool. Okay, I can move.
All right. So you guys have a couple more minutes to kind of chat and hang out while Misty comes back to the table carrying these two huge kind of like overflowing trays of sausages and scrambled eggs and crusty loaves of freshly baked bread with jam and butter. And she places it in the center of the table and she says, "Well, I just thought you guys should have a nice breakfast this morning and make sure you have your strength for the day. Um, it's going to be pretty busy today. There's a shipment coming in, so make sure that you guys are good and fed. And if you need anything else, I'll be over there." And she points over towards the bar. Um, but other than that, can I get you guys? If I can't get you guys anything else, enjoy. And she smiles
There you go.
and heads back over to the.
Wait.
Oh, what can I get you?
Um, for to order, a lot of orange juice. My friend here's sick, and well, I heard that's good for your health. And second, the foundry. Does like the whole town participate in that or something?
Oh, well, this is a mining town in the camp down south. Almost everyone there, when they're not at the mines, it's their job to help unload the caravans and help load the ingots back onto new wagons once they're smelted. Um, so I guess we could say most of the town, not the tradesmen, but the mining camp definitely helps out with that.
And where's the foundry at, relatively speaking?
Oh, you'll see it as soon as you go outside. I'm sure you'll see the smoke just pouring from the chimney. It leaves an awful smell in the air, but it's the price we pay for the business that we run.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and I'm sorry to hear that you're sick, young man. Is there anything I could get for you? And she kind of comes over and puts her arm around you and pats you on the shoulder.
Thank you, Miss Taps. But orange juice will be fine, I think.
Of course. Well, I'll bring you some tea. And she goes off to make you your tea.
Quick thing that I want to do. I kind of want to put my hand across the table, if you'll allow it, Kaden, and just kind of gently put my hand on yours. And I want to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
So.
Annoying.
Please.
So when you cast that spell on him,
Does he allow me to?
Yeah, I mean, it's also,
it's an area of effect.
yeah.
Oh, okay. It doesn't say touch, does it? Okay,
Yeah,
never
it's
mind,
within
sorry.
30 feet of you. So when you cast that spell, you recognize that he is definitely very strongly infected with a disease that you are not entirely aware of. Like, you know what it is. It has to do with those mushrooms that he came in contact with. And you can tell that it is affecting his brain. You're not sure how, you're not sure how to cure it, but you definitely know that it is infesting his brain. Also, when you cast that spell, you notice that Ayla is also affected with a similar disease, and it is also appears to be infecting her brain.
Thank you, message, by the way, Josh.
Actually, let me check something. And also, you notice that a substance very similar to what is infecting Ayla and Caden, appears to reside inside of Iris's pocket.
Say that again?
A
Just wanted to make
substance
sure. Okay.
that contains the same disease that is infecting Caden and Ayla is in the possession of Iris.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything about that last part. I'm just kind of going to keep that to myself. Can I also flavor how that looks when I cast that?
Of course.
So, it may be alarming if you don't know what she's doing at first. She kind of reaches forward and touches your hand, Kaden, and
Bless
looks
you.
at you with
Sorry, I was on.
with
Thought I
her.
was on mute.
You're good. Her eyes, which are typically this really bright, icy blue, glow with that same blue. Really light color. almost like sky blue. She almost looks like she's looking right through you, Kaden, so it may be slightly alarming when you see that happen.
I've seen some
But
scary
it
shit.
only happens for a second.
Well,
Oh,
how is it?
I. You remember those mushrooms?
Yeah.
Those are affecting your mind.
Yeah, I drank some water.
Ugh.
Or did I breathe in spores? Probably both.
We had both.
Do we have any way to cure this?
I think we drank it all.
Well,
Not more than we've already done.
we went on this giant adventure to get all the supplies that we needed, and we don't even know if it's going to cure us or not.
I
For good.
heard Ayla had some, so hopefully it's not affecting her anymore.
I don't know.
But it is, though, right? Is what you
Yeah,
told
it
me?
is.
Okay.
I mean, I've taken mushrooms. I didn't have such a visceral effect as they have. This is strange.
I promise you it wasn't the same kind, Ember.
Oh, are you sure?
Have you tried every
I mean,
mushroom yet?
no, just the kind that makes you feel really funny
I mean, that makes me feel
for a
really
couple
funny.
hours.
I had like massive
You
fever
look
dreams.
terrible, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So, as you guys are talking about this, you hear a faint voice from Caden's backpack. He's like, "Those are my favorite kind of mushrooms."
Oh, do you need to eat, Ugna?
No, I'm a brick. Why would I need to eat?
No, no magical
Kill him.
bullshit.
I mean, you could feed me. That would be pleasant.
Would you shit a brick?
Yeah, I might. That was a good one.
Sorry for laughing at that, everybody. We should support this kind of behavior from him.
So, as you guys kind of finish up your meals, this, so as you guys are finishing your meals, Toby taps Barhand, a short, broad-shouldered man with a round, childless face beneath an unkempt mop of blonde hair, lumbers up to the table. He holds a wooden bucket in his hands as he flashes a smile, revealing rows of crooked teeth slightly too large for his mouth. Let me clear those plates out of the way for you. Can I get you all anything else? Don't worry about the bill. Tap says your money's no good here. And as he says that, he starts reaching for your kind of spent plates and everything like that, carefully clearing the dishes, placing them all into his bucket before wiping down the table quickly and heading off to another table to clear the plates away. As he leaves, Taps approaches the table, folding his rag and tossing it over his shoulder. So, I guess you guys are heading out. You guys heading over to the mayor's house this morning?
I didn't want to interrupt your narration or anything, but before Toby left our table, I wanted to pull out 2 silver pieces and hand it to him and say, this isn't for him. I've already paid for my room, but this is a tip for you. I see you busting your butt around here, so I think you deserve this.
He kind of smiles at you, kind of sheepishly, and his cheeks kind of turn red, and he kind of takes it and kind of like shifts from foot to foot and puts it in his, tucks it into his apron. He says, "Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you." And he looks over at Taps to make sure he didn't see, and then rushes off to the other table.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
Absolutely. So I guess you guys are heading out. You guys heading over to the mayor's house this morning?
I think
Yep.
so.
More or less.
Right. Well, he's been asking about you. He's really looking forward to seeing you. I just wanted, and he kind of looks kind of sheepish. He says, "All right, well, I hope I'm not pestering you, but if you guys could ask about Darius, I'd really appreciate it. I'm not asking for any promises, but if it comes up, well, good luck, and I'll have a mug and a plate for you when you get back." And he waves to you as he heads back to the bar and slaps another customer on the shoulder companionably and starts a conversation with him. You guys want to hang out a little longer, or are you guys ready to kind of make your way outside?
I will be right back. I have to go pee really quick.
Okay.
I'll be really quick.
Do you guys want to
Actually, I'm gonna
just?
use this time to run downstairs because I'm up on my
Break.
so I'll
Alright.
be back.
Sounds good.
Yep. Just kind of had the cookie crumbles together.
Hi, babies.
So, what do you think of how I handled the beginning of it? Is that better than it has been?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, I always enjoy this game, so
Well, I know. I just feel like with writing my stuff down, I'm starting to understand my characters a little bit better.
Yeah,
that's
that's helpful.
And like, I
Kane.
realized that I introduced that Taps
Oh,
has this bar hand, but I've never actually had him interact with you or even spoken about him. So I'm trying to like
Uh,
the characters that are going to matter. I'm trying to actually make sure that they're
Hmm.
introduced and
I have to
you
go
know
make
who they are.
Alistair a burrito real quick.
ye-
Best time to do it.
Faux show. By the way, Michael,
Mhm.
I know we talked about giving you a minute for when you went to where you
I
went,
saw it.
I don't
but
mind.
yeah, I was. You told me you were just going to go to sleep, so I
Yeah,
decided it wasn't necessary.
I fully support this decision.
Okay.
Did Nappy say anything about it not working on it, or Ayla still being infected?
No.
No, she didn't.
Okay. Just double checking.
I will say to you, Ayla and Caden both. So when you guys are sleeping recently, um, I'll tell Adam when he comes back. But for you, Ayla, like you have like wouldn't call them nightmares, but you have very strange kind of like um surprisingly realistic feeling dreams
I'm back.
Oh,
of
back.
you walking through like this completely black like world, and it just feels like everywhere there's just eyes watching you, and you've had that kind of same similar different forms of that same dream every night since you um uh got infected with the mushrooms.
Okay.
I'm not sure what I missed. Are we still role playing?
No, not yet. We're
No.
waiting for Adam.
Oh,
Adam's
okay.
making Alistair some food.
Was just passing around character specific information.
Iris,
Yes.
um, do you mind, if I ask where did you not stay here last night?
I was gonna think for a minute. I don't like sleeping at places I could be watched.
Okay, well, I want to make sure that you're safe.
I appreciate that, but I'm plenty capable of going out on my own.
Oh
Just
no,
getting
I don't doubt that. I want to make sure, especially, if you're leaving and you need your space, I totally understand that. I have anybody probably here know what space means, but just let us know because I had no idea you were leaving. That way, one of us, if God forbid someone goes missing, we want to know at least where you are going.
I was looking in the eyes.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I don't think Cell's back.
Hello, darlings.
Jesus.
Where? Or me?
You know exactly where.
In my pants.
What did I
God.
miss?
I don't know. I just
I
thought it
don't
was funny. I make myself laugh. Send me a picture of Jesus in my pants. Oh, something else.
Why am I not finding your image that you sent?
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Yes,
Hello.
I hear you.
Oh, okay. I was
You
like,
said-
I'm here, but no one's listening to me.
You sent me a picture, right, Ember?
I posted it. I posted it in the chat.
Okay.
Here, let me.
If you can find it,
That
just
was
so that I can,
yesterday.
I don't have to scroll.
That
and
way I don't
post
have to
it.
go look for it again.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
have no
yeah,
idea
yeah.
where you posted it. There's so many pictures. What have we done?
Yeah, we
Oh
filled our
yeah,
shit.
it's above all the. I have 2 pictures.
Is it voice
in
chat
here.
discussions?
Yeah, it's above all the old pictures.
All the kid pictures.
Oh, yeah, I see it
Yeah.
now.
I found.
Yeah, there's 2 in there that you can choose from. He's being drawn right now though,
You are
so I'll have a
very
new one soon.
attractive character.
Oh, you just wait. Wait till you. It's gonna be so fucking cool.
Uh,
I'm making good headway with No too. She's a bad bitch.
Hell yeah! Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm gonna like get all of my characters printed.
Hell
I think I'm gonna
yeah.
have UA done too because I like playing UA too. Like I
Yeah,
liked her
UA was-
character
yeah.
and Poe, but
You make me want to spend hundreds of dollars on characters.
Right.
yeah, I thought
do you
about
do
it
with
and I was like,
your
maybe I have too much. I give myself too much spending money. I should really be saving this, not spending it on characters. Nah, fuck it. You only live
Exactly.
once.
Me all the
Exactly.
money.
If you enjoy it, just fucking. That's what money's
It
for.
makes me happy.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
That's what money is for.
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
So for Adam's gonna save a few $100 because I'm going to use our characters as practice.
Yeah.
oh hell yeah, that's a great
What's
idea.
happening?
When you start taking commissions, you tell me.
So I actually like the one front on, but it didn't save properly, so I'm gonna use this other one, but I will switch it. This.
Jesus, my passive perception is 15.
Oh damn.
Whoa.
That's
I know. I was like, fuck, dude.
You don't
I-
miss
I-
anything.
She's also like really good at insight and like so when I was writing her backstory, I was like, she was taught how to read people and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Can you move your character?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, are we all back and
She's
ready to
so
go?
pretty.
I believe so.
I do believe so.
Awesome. She really is like, if she was a real person, she's like my dream girl. Got red hair.
He's based on one of my favorite characters in a story or a book.
All right. So, you guys all collect all your bronze. Actually, before you guys go, have you guys decided where you guys are headed? Or
Ember's just along for the ride.
do
I
you
thought we were
guys
going to
need
the
discuss
mayor's.
it? I just wanted to make sure that was the. I believe that to be the case. In fact, I have written my narration as if that is the case, but I wanted to make sure before you guys actually left.
Oh, well, I'd still like to roleplay it just a little bit more.
Go for it.
Okay, only because Ember is even newer than Lapis.
Absolutely.
And I
Anytime
wanna-
you guys want to roleplay,
Yeah.
just say, "I want to roleplay," and I'll give you as much time as you
And I
need.
figured this is a good place to do
Absolutely.
it while we're chilling.
This is the time to do it for sure.
Well, I guess welcome to the team member. I know we all kind of talked a little bit last night, but I was pretty out of it. So I don't know. Tell us about yourself.
Who, me?
Yeah, Ember.
She
right?
like looks for them like, oh, I mean, what is it you want to know?
I don't know,
I'm a trained Way of Mercy monk. I hail from the area of Nyewood. I don't have a lot of friends. My mother died when I was young. I mean,
Sorry to
I'm
hear
just
that.
oh, I'll avenge her one day. Not really. I forgot she didn't. No, she got run over by horses. Never mind.
Did you get
Oh.
the
I
horse?
was thinking the wrong
Are you
character.
gonna kill the horses?
No, I was
Could
wait,
avenge her with those horses.
no, I was thinking. No, wrong character. No.
That's okay.
Yeah, so her mom was actually died in a stampede. On her I believe it was 15th birthday.
Does she share that information?
She does share that her mom passed away when she was 15,
But not
she
how.
doesn't. No,
Okay.
and you see that she kind of like, as you're asking her this stuff, she seems to be like closing up more and more.
Yeah, we don't have
And,
to
like-
go that deep into it. Just mostly like a general idea. The Way of Mercy, I've never heard of that.
Well, we, believe that killing is necessary, but also healing. So
Yeah.
I can do both.
I can get behind that.
I can also kick someone's ass pretty well. So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no.
I can respect it.
and she kind of does the like karate thing with her hands, like hiya, You see, she's just a little awkward.
Maybe she knocks over a salt shaker when she does that.
She knocks over her orange juice, and she's like, "Shit!" So she's gonna get up and like get a towel and start cleaning that up.
Aiden, scoot down.
Alright.
Thank you.
You scared Iris a little.
You did?
Yeah.
Poe almost punched me more than a fair share of times.
Wait, who did?
Poe? Maybe she did. I don't know.
Yue?
I stared. Yue? Really?
Yes,
Fuck.
Yue was in this campaign. She was the other monk that I played.
Poe was in mine.
Yeah.
Poe was
Yue.
a furball.
So, Ugna said you could heal people by punching them? How exactly does that work?
Not exactly punching them. My mom taught me when I was growing up how to heal using medicinal, what do you call it? Like herb from home and things like that. When I went to the temple to learn, or the monastery, to learn how to, become a Way of Mercy, they taught me how to use other ways of doing it. I don't exactly punch you, but I do use my pressure points and other ways in order to heal. It's taken me many, many years to be very good at it.
That makes sense. Yeah. I understand the training aspect of learning new things.
I'm always learning. It's never ending for us.
Yeah. I think that it's good to continue learning. Even me at like 70.
Yeah,
You
there's
guys get to keep your skills.
Don't lie to your friends. You're 109.
I wouldn't know, honestly. I don't think so. Time is weird.
So you get the older.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing you in this group of lovely ladies. What's your story?
I mean, it's just a coincidence. I am actually older than normally taken into these kind of groups. I wasn't ready, and being a wizard takes years to really master it, and I was only ready to go. I've lived a full life, and I have unfinished business, so I'm out here.
Oh, I understand that. Well, I hope I can be of assistance to all of you.
And I'm glad that you can heal, and you too, Lapis.
Yeah.
I've been worried about this group, and you, Ayla, died already once. And
Hey, but I can fully revive people.
that's very
Guess who learned Revivify?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh wait, we were able to level up last one, weren't we?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I forgot to do that.
Wee. What's
But
up,
I
honey?
still know Revivify.
Of course, Iris here is young. Keep her alive. I think it's my priority, these young ones. And I point to Ayla and Iris.
Yeah, that one worries me.
I'm
She
not as
points
young
at
as you
Iris a
think
little
I am.
bit.
Iris sinks into her seat more.
Where's you? Why? Because she's young?
Well, she tends to sneak off a lot. That makes me nervous.
I mean, it makes
So
me
I was,
worried for her.
yeah,
Okay.
that was never something that I did. I always go with the group whenever I can.
Yeah. I would prefer it if you didn't run off, Iris. But I'm not gonna tell you to stick around, but for your safety. And now we know that I whisper, creature is out there.
Wait, what? What creature?
Oh.
Oop, I didn't mean to roll that again.
I'll recap that we fought something and it got away.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't actually have to do all that. So, because I was actually there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so she's going to kind of like sit back and be like, good God, what have they put me in?
Yeah, they like to. Well, they put you here for a reason, so I appreciate your existence as well as Lapis and everyone here, really. At the one thing I think the tower's good at is putting really decent people together that mesh well. I don't know about the other groups, but so far I like all of you.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm pretty new to the tower myself. So, this is actually the first time I've been. And she kind of like stops for a second and she's like, well, I've been in one other group, but that didn't end well. It was only one other person, though, besides my master.
Part of the tower.
But anyway, no, this was at the monastery. But I don't know. We'll see how this goes. And she kind of just like turns a little bit red.
Well, it is getting that time, I guess. Who's taking the lead with,
You know, Caden, if you're gonna make our new member feel uncomfortable, it's just fair that we go right back at you, you know.
Did I make...
It's
I'm
not
sure-
his fault. He doesn't know.
Fair enough. Though, later we need to talk about how you know Thule.
Iris gonna give you a glare.
Did
Oh, I know Thule? Oh, he does.
Everyone knows Thule. Right?
Mhm.
You know Thule? You know Thule? Yeah.
I don't think I know Thule.
Sure.
Would I know Thule?
No. As a matter of fact,
Damn it.
Lapis and Ember don't know Thule.
Yeah.
Okay.
So backfired.
I'm like, I
Right.
think I've heard of her name, but
No.
I only know her in passing at the tower.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'm old. I got around.
Oh.
Not like
I
that.
only-
God damn it. He turns pink.
Oh.
You say that, you
Okay.
hear.
And Ember just kind of like scoots over away from you a little bit.
All right, I'm getting up.
Just-
Let's go to the
I'm
mayor.
joking.
No, Caden gets up.
Oh my god.
Oh, who's taking the lead with the mayor?
We
I
could
am.
start.
I would
Go
say
ahead.
certainly not I.
Not Ayla, not Ember. I don't think Lapis knows enough. Caden, did you want to? Out of curiosity?
No.
I didn't think so. I guess I will.
Alright. Do you want to be yourself or someone else?
Deceiving him won't prove any use anymore, I don't believe.
Fair enough.
Do you want
Are
me
you
to
all
be
right?
in there?
Do you? How do you feel about stuck-up people?
About what?
Stuck-up people? What's the word? There's a better word for that.
Pompous.
Pompous. Pretentious.
Ah,
Douchebag.
Douchebag. As long as you don't punch people like that, you can come in.
I'm
And
pretty good at controlling my feelings. I think I'll be
well,
okay.
if you have to walk out for a minute, just understand Ayla will probably beat you to it.
Okay. I think I'll be okay.
So are we all going in?
She's
We're all
vastly
going.
underestimating this guy.
I'm gonna.
And
How far is the walk to the mayor's house?
It's about a 20-minute walk.
Okay. Well, I'll wait till we get closer. But then I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
While we're walking, I didn't want
we need to discuss
the mimic. I don't think I know what's a mimic.
You would
whatever
know
the hell
that.
was in that cave. Crypt.
The crawly, jumpy thing.
Yes. How? What does everyone think of it?
Hmm.
We'll start there.
That's whatever.
Can I-
guess.
Can I roll something to see if I've seen anything like that in my time?
Sure.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
History. Not history. Is there a history? No.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, the history.
Through your studies.
You have never seen anything like that in your entire life. However, it does have several characteristics of mimics.
The jumpy crawly dude that we nearly killed had I made better decisions.
So say we all.
You could have rolled a 20, and you would have never heard of anything like it.
Oh, okay. But it seems like a mimic.
Yes, it's got a lot of the same characteristics, like the camouflage, the fact that it can produce multiple mouths and eyes and stuff like that, are
Okay.
all similar aspects of a mimic.
Well, from what I have studied, it appeared similar to a mimic. It didn't seem like it was a mimic, but I believe it's within the same family of sorts. Have any of you guys seen anything like that before, or is it all new to you as well? Because
We've seen a mimic before, but
Not that.
no. Yeah. It was very different from the one outside of Villager's cave, right?
Very different,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it as a mimic.
Well,
I've seen one.
Ember's just
Whatever.
like eating her food, listening to you guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
whatever it was, it seemed like someone made it.
Yeah.
Our mystery man, you think?
Maybe, but we presumed that was also a mimic, so who made that one? And to what end?
Or is he making mimics?
Maybe. Well, I presume we want to tell the mayor about all these things we've discovered.
Yeah. No sign of his daughter.
And no sign of his daughter.
Yeah, hey, we didn't find your daughter, but we cleared the water.
Last thing. Well, we could save this for after we leave the tavern if we haven't already. Question mark.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a bunch of narration when you leave the tavern.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm assuming this is happening still at the table.
We need to talk about something once we leave the tavern, but unless if anyone else has anything to go say, I'm ready to go.
Ready.
Yeah.
Alright. So, as you guys stand up from the table, you gather all of your things and prepare to leave. And as you guys push open the heavy wooden entry door to the Misty Tap, you step out onto the hard packed dirt paths Miners from the camp to the south are hurrying in every direction as if someone had kicked a giant ant hive. Men in blue uniforms wave sticks around, directing miners to their tasks. The streets bustle with people heading to do their errands or heading to various jobs. The acrid smell of burning coal fills the air, and thick black smoke is just starting to billow from the foundry's tall stone chimney, rising tens of feet into the sky to the north. The smoke begins to swirl as the large windmill next to the huge forge slowly rotates in the gentle breeze, fueling the massive stone furnaces. At the stockyard to the south and southeast, horses pull high-sided wagons around the yard, appearing to stage them in two long rows. As you look around, it's clear that the town is making ready for something. As well, the streets are often busy. There is a din of voices and shouted orders filling the air this morning. Very different from a normal, typical day. So where do you guys go?
To the mayor?
Okay. So, as you guys head down the road, you pass the Masterson Trade Emporium. And I'm going to put you guys on a different map. And a second. There. So, the mining camp is right here. This is where all the miners are. This is the stable and the stockyards.
Where's the Misty Tap? I'm sorry. Oh, I see it right there. Got it.
This is the foundry where the smoke is billowing from the chimney here. This windmill is starting to spin, and it's pumping huge bellows that kind of fuel the blast furnace here. And this is the Masterson Trade Emporium. All right. So as you head down the road, you pass the Masterson Trade Emporium on your left. A tall brick building with a large wooden rail fence and a grass courtyard where various covered pavilions are being set up to display the various goods they have for sale. A short man in fine clothing stands on the balcony above the columned entry, keeping a watchful eye on the proceedings Across from the trade house, workers from the mining camp are mustering in the large yard next to the foundry. As you round the corner a few hundred feet further, you pass the noble's compound, protected by high stone walls which surround the elegant multi-story mansions where the well-to-do inhabitants go about their pampered lives. As you move just a bit more down the road, you see the watchtower, where uniformed soldiers line up along the road. Decorated officers stalk up and down the lines, clipboards in hand. Then, one final turn, you reach the path that leads towards the mayor's mansion. If you guys have any roleplay that you want to do, now would be the time.
Place feels more like a military camp. Not that I know what that looks like.
I can't wait to be done with this place.
So, what I want to talk about away from Taps is about his son.
Yeah.
I think he's a mimic, or whatever the equivalent of a walking, talking mimic is.
Yeah. Do we tell
Wait, you think that creature was Taps' son?
Yes. He disappeared with an individual who we believed was a mimic. And now he returns and the other one's gone.
And we know that we found skin suits in that place. So you think the mimic is dressing up as Dorian?
Yes, that's
Or
what
not.
I believe.
Darius. I pulled a Josh.
Is there a reason you guys keep calling him Dorian?
Dorian Stormblessed.
From Critical Role.
Oh. Okay. Funny, I know exactly who that character is now.
He my baby.
Is it Stormblessed? Anyway.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
it's just Storm.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything that I should expect going in here? I know that I mentioned that, I tend to get some looks. I haven't seen many other Dragonborn around here.
Honestly, all you have to do is stay in the back and try not to make eye contact.
And not because you're a Dragonborn, I don't think. It's just people.
We don't want him asking any questions about you.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. We don't want him to be talking as much as he wants to be talking, so.
Business straight in, straight out.
Honestly, I haven't seen that many tieflings either, but I never get any issues.
We never did go see that temple.
I know, I was actually thinking about that.
I think I have a cousin who's a tiefling. Sorry, unrelated. Let's go.
The cousin?
Yeah.
Well,
Just
yeah.
double checking.
Wait, yeah. I think tieflings. I don't remember how it works in this world. Anyway.
Does anyone have any... we'll get to it when we deal with it. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself to make myself not look like a sick nasty.
Okay.
But something, like when you look at me, it doesn't look quite right. It's almost like a slightly uncanny valley. Something seems wrong with it, and it's hard to see. It's just not normal. Something looks a little off, but it looks passing. Like it looks like Caden, but not like you've seen him healthy.
Perception check or performance.
Me?
Do it.
No.
See how well it actually looks.
No, this is flavor for a
It would be
specific
me.
reason.
I know.
It's very different.
I know.
How uncanny your uncanniness is.
How uncanny value are you?
There is, I think, one distinct feature that's a little strange, and it's that one of his pointer finger is just a nub.
Huh, that works for you, Caden.
By the way, so I don't care what I actually named the gate guard. If I ever actually gave you a name for
You
him.
mean I have to rename my notes?
Yeah.
All
'cause
right.
I've
What's his
decided
name?
His name is Bert.
Bert. Okay. So which one was the sleepy one? Was it Felton?
It might have been.
Sleeping
It
on
was-
post? Oh, I didn't even have a name for him. All right.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I ever named him, but his name is Bert.
No, I didn't have a name, so I don't think so.
Felton is the guard commander. The one that showed you all the stuff and kind of talked to you when you guys first got here.
Oh, we're good. Okay. Bert.
Okay. So as you guys kind of are standing in the road having this conversation, you guys make your way to the north, and as the party approaches the gates, the hard-packed dirt road leads up to a black wrought iron gate. A fence extends in either direction several dozen feet into the sides of steep hills bracketing the entrance. A familiar guard sits on an upturned box, picking at his dirty fingernails with his belt knife. He looks up at you as you approach, and as he realizes who's he seeing, he rolls his eyes, sheaths his knife, and stands slowly, with obvious annoyance. He plucks a spear from the ground and leans on it lazily. He eyes the party up and down. Looks like you got some new faces in the party. He glances up at the sun. Took you guys long enough. What do you want?
Sounds like you already know why.
Yeah, the mayor's expecting you. Probably let you guys know you've been replaced. So don't dawdle. Off with you.
Thank
He
you.
opens the gate for you guys and ushers you. As you guys pass through, you hear a loud clang as he slams the metal gate behind you.
What's his problem?
Get used to it.
Yeah.
Oh. That was quite rude.
You'll be asking yourself that same question over and over.
As you pass through the gate, you see a magnificent manor atop a gently sloping hill. Well-manicured grass covers the ground to either side of the cobblestone path leading up towards the manor. Several well-tended flower beds adorn either side of the path. As you make your way closer, the pathway leads to a large wooden gate, which is currently standing open. A 5-foot-tall stone wall encompasses the manor in a large rectangle. It looks finely made and well-maintained. As you pass through the gate, you are greeted with a large willow tree with purple, red, and yellow flowers blooming brightly. The pleasant aroma of cut grass and freshly blooming daisies and lavender fill the air. Evenly sized stones border the path. A flowing circular drive winds around the tree to a porte cochere, which I can't say that word, but that's what this little entrance is called. Because I looked it up. where carriages would often be seen dropping off the well-to-do guests to see the mayor. A marble staircase leads up to a covered landing, where the more well with where more well-tended flowers adorn steel trellises. Various flower pots sit about evenly spaced, decorating the carved marble pillars that support the balcony above. A large wooden door flanked by stained glass windows depicting roses in bloom uh, flank the door. The door begins. Uh, the door begins to open as you reach the top of the stairs. Tara, a young woman of maybe 20 years or so, greets you with a smile, swinging the door wide. Oh, my, welcome back. It's great to see you. I'd feared something awful had happened to you when I heard the horses had found their way back without you. This is indeed a pleasant surprise. Please, come in. Mayor Elton is expecting you. She leans over to you, Caden. She says, and as luck would have it, it seems to be in a rather good mood today. Apparently the mine's had a very good week, and we're expecting a very large shipment today. And the bandits problem and with the bandit problem recently, the mayor's excited to send some positive news to those bean counters in charge. She gestures for all of you to follow her through the entrance. Do you guys follow her in?
Yeah, I'll say one thing I wanted to mention, also because of last time. With my disguise self, I made my weapons invisible.
Absolutely. Okay.
Because, you know.
Yep. So as you enter through the large wooden doors, you get transported through time and space to a new map.
Hey.
Are
The
you a different
wormhole of the mayor's house.
Are you a different species, Caden, or are you still tiefling?
I'm still tiefling.
You just look fucked up.
No,
you look like Caden, just fucked up.
No, it's like some of my features are slightly different. It's uncanny because it looks like me, but it doesn't look like me. That's kind of confusing.
But the main idea, like, your frame, like, if someone were to see you from a distance without inspecting you closely, would they still say, oh, that's Caden?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you move the map?
Yes.
Again? Okay.
Yes. Can you guys see?
Yes.
I can see a map.
Very beautiful.
Blurry.
Yeah, it starts off blurry.
Yeah, it'll get better.
Where do you want?
Everyone could drag their characters into the entrance hall.
South down here.
Oh, sorry.
Where you go? What?
Perfect. So, as you enter through the large wooden doors, you find yourself in a modest but spacious entry hall. Fluted wooden pillars flank a large decorative carpet that covers the center of the room, where a decorative writing desk is positioned against the left wall. This desk sits behind a marble statue of a beautiful woman, and oil lamps hang from the wall, illuminating the room in a pleasant soft light. A faint but pleasant hint of scented oil tickles your nose, and a large double door mirrors the one you just entered through on the northern wall. Several bookshelves line the northern wall with a multitude of leather-bound volumes. A hearth stands to your right. Though currently cold, a fire has been laid out, just waiting for a spark. Two wooden doors on either side of the wall stand near the northern part of the room, leading to what you assume are small sitting rooms for guests who arrive early and would like to wait comfortably before meeting with the mayor. A chest rests in the corner to your left, and Tara gestures towards it, smiling. As you know, I must ask you to place your weapons inside the chest. I assure you they will be well tended, and you are in no danger while you're here.
Wait. You want to take my weapons?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
If you could just place your weapons within the chest, we can't have people armed meeting with the mayor, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, we had to do it last time.
Saved his life, probably.
I
More than one
okay.
occasion.
Ember just has a silly smile on her face because her weapons are her fists.
Can she pull Tara aside and just kind of talk to her away from the rest of the group?
Of course, if you want to step back. In fact, if you guys kind of make like you guys want to talk privately, Tara actually will step away and turn away to you guys a moment.
Dang, power move.
Tara,
Man,
I am a.
Oh, you take Tara aside, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she
is that
she
okay?
Absolutely, she
Okay.
steps away with you. Says, "What can I do
I-
for you?"
I am a knight, and not having my weapons on me does make me very uncomfortable, and I promise you that I will not do anything. You have my word. And if I am so confident in that if anything happens, you can kill me on sight. But I do not want my weapons taken from me.
She smiles at you and she says, I do understand. Please understand. I get where you're coming from. Unfortunately, it is the policy of this building and all of the municipal buildings within the town that weapons are to be placed in the chest at the front of the establishment. And she kind of looks at all of you and kind of gestures towards the chest. And she says, please, I know we came to an agreement last time, but the mayor is more observant than you might think. And I did not enjoy the reprimand. So please, I assure you, you will have no need for them. And I humbly give you my word that nothing will happen to you or your weapons. Please. And she gestures towards the chest.
I'll put a dagger in the chest.
She smiles and says, thank you.
Let's drop
I throw
So-
my quarterstaff in and with a big smile. Should I just step in the box? Just kidding.
Don't have look suspicious,
Just kidding.
Ember.
So I have my
I didn't
longbow.
actually say that.
I have my longbow and my greatsword.
Mhm.
But I do wear a cape. Can I try to hide the dagger at my waist?
Yes, make a stealth check.
Oh, jeez. I have heavy armor on.
Maybe sleight of hand if that's better.
Holy shit.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Oh.
Um,
Oh.
I realize it's supposed to be disadvantage, but I'll give
Oh,
you 20 because
dang.
you rolled a 20. So yeah, you're able to just kind of hold your cape so that it stays hidden.
I make it look
Oh.
like I'm uncomfortable and kind of hiding in my cape, but really I'm doing it just to conceal that dagger because I really don't like being unarmed. It's not that I intend to kill someone, it's just it makes her feel naked not having her weapons on her.
So hold on to my page. So you guys place your weapons within the chest, and Tara plucks a key from a pouch at her hip and locks the chest. And she steps up to you, Lapis, and holds it out to you, and kind of looks at you questioning.
Are you giving me the key to the chest?
If it would make you feel better, of course, you may hold on to it so that you can assure that you can get your weapons back when you depart.
Yes. Yes, it would make me feel much better. Thank you. And I take it from her and kind of hold it firmly in my hand. And I turn to look at the rest of the party. Is it okay that I keep this on me?
Yeah, doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Agreed.
So she smiles at everyone, and as you guys finish putting all your weapons, and you hold the key,
What?
and she kind of looks at you, Caden, and like she kind of stares at you for a moment, and then kind of like shakes her head slightly and says, "Please, this way."
Did you see my
And-
message, Josh?
Ah, yes, I did.
Okay.
Don't think about it too much.
And turns around and opens the double doors heading into the Great Hall. She says, this way, please, and walks out into the Great Hall. As you follow Tara through the door, you find yourself in a very large Great Hall. Large statues flank the center rugs, depicting knights in plate mail standing at attention. Light dances across them from candles placed inside iron braziers. To either side are large archways leading to what appears to be a dining room to the left and a large hallway to your right. Your footsteps echo in the large chamber whenever they fall upon the checkered marble floor. Potted plants decorate the room, and several shields with decorative heraldry hang from the walls. Everything looks neat and tidy. Everything in its place and not a speck of dust. The vaulted ceilings stand high above your heads, and large arched windows allow light to spill into the room. Another double door stands opposite the one you entered, where two large staircases on either side ascend to the second floor. The balcony with a decorated banister looks down onto the great hall, and two armed guards look down at you as they stand guard at the top of both staircases. The sound of clinking dinnerware and the smell of baking bread wafts in from the direction of the dining room, as Tara beckons you towards the stairs. This way, please. The mayor is prepared to receive you in his study. as you make your way up the stairs, Tara talks over her shoulders. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, as I'm sure you know, Valiant and Bulk provide the primary financing for the town, and have been none too happy about the destroyed caravans. Last time you saw the mayor, he just received a message from them, and I'll just say this: I heard some colorful language coming from his study afterwards. Now, I'm curious, were you guys able to find out anything about Myra? The mayor has been worried sick, though he pretends not to care. I noticed that his daughter is the one of the few things he truly cares for. Well, that in himself.
I mean,
It's complicated. I'd prefer we not talk about that until we reach the mayor.
She says, of course. This way. As you reach the top of the stairs, one of the guards steps in front of the party and eyes you suspiciously. He looks you guys up and down, and he says in a gravelly voice, "You guys behave yourselves in the mayor's presence. We don't want to repeat it last time, do we?"
Of course not.
yeah, I hope you have. Never mind. You're right.
I don't know what happened last time, but I'm sure it won't happen again.
I lean over. He almost peed himself.
Oh,
Leave a
with
place
guard
there.
in there.
No, the mayor.
The guard
Oh,
steps aside.
does he have an incontinence issue?
No, Ayla gave him one. Or not, Iris. Might have been both.
I'm very
Oh, the zombie
confused. Zombie thing.
We'll discuss it later.
I'm with
Okay.
you, Lapis.
The guard's
I'm
like-
free. What?
He's definitely like rolling his eyes like, jeez, I'm gonna have to deal with these guys again. The guard steps out of your way as you make your way to the top of the stairs. You continue down the hallway, and elegant paintings with an assortment of potted plants decorate the walls. Dark plush carpets splay across the floors, similar to the other rooms, and scented oil burns in lamps hung at regular intervals along the walls. As you approach the mayor's office, Tara stops you, holding her hand up to your chest. "Just a moment, please. Let me inform the mayor you're all here." She slips into the room, and you guys hear a faint conversation.
Well, she's in there. I cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just because it's verbal and I don't want her to be like, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
I also want to intoxicate him for a second after he does that.
Yeah, I just want that going while we're in there.
So as soon as you cast Detect Magic, you notice a that is it blocked by walls?
You know what? I don't know.
Or distance. It's usually like a
1 foot of
stone.
stone, 1 inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. So it depends on how thick the door is, really.
Okay, that's definitely not 3 feet thick. That would be a fucking massive door. So you detect inside the mayor's room, 2 magic orbs that clearly produce light, and also outside his window there appears to be a. Does it tell you exactly what it is?
It says the spell can penetrate most. Oh, sorry. You learn the School of Magic.
I wish I knew the schools of magic better, but
Give me an idea.
It's something that attracts things like animals and stuff like
Okay.
that. Go ahead and talk to Caden, Iris.
Now, I was counting on you on filling in whatever of the conversation I couldn't have with the mayor, and I noticed that you chose a rather interesting form for that, Caden.
What do you mean? I just made myself
This
not
thing.
look sick.
We'll have to discuss getting you a mirror later, but in the meantime, I'm disappointed.
And then she goes back to waiting.
He
And
just
she's
looks-
standing a little bit straighter than normal, and she looks a little bit pale.
So
Can I ask really quick, what is it super early morning, like 8 a.m.?
it's like not like incredibly early. I'd say it's about 9.
Okay.
So it's still morning time.
9.
9.
Boing.
Oh. Sorry.
Um.
I keep forgetting I'm not muted.
Just yelling to yourself. 9.
I do all the time.
several minutes later, she's in there for about 5 minutes. You can hear soft conversation coming from the room. Does anyone want to try to eavesdrop?
I do.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Massive passive perception too.
Oh fuck! I never pulled up D&D Beyond. Hold on. Sorry. It's because I moved computers. Amber Soulless. Oops, not Hypatia. Hold on. Okay, and what did you tell me to roll?
Perception check.
Okay.
You automatically get a 15, but this room is designed so that you can't eavesdrop.
Oh damn.
All right.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
So,
Very
you
perceptive.
hear her saying, Mayor Elton, the party of adventurers that you requested visit you are back. And he says, oh, those people. Well, keep them waiting for a little while, but let them in a minute. And she says, well, are you sure you want to be rude? And he says, I don't care. And you hear him shuffling with some papers for a while, and she says, so, can I show them in? It's like, not yet. And shuffles with some papers. You can hear him kind of pacing around the room for a minute. And he says, you hear a deep sigh. All right, let them in.
This
And
guy's a real winner, isn't he?
a moment later, Tara slips out of the room. She says, please, come in. The mayor will see you now. And she pulls the door open and ushers you all in. And as you enter the office, you see the mayor seated behind his desk. He is dressed in a smart purple suit with large lapels pinned and starched with sharp creases. He also dons a white button-up shirt beneath, with a blue and gray striped tie around his neck. His face is long and angular, and at the center of it, a hooked, sharp nose, slightly too large for his face. Well-oiled mustaches curled to perfectly sharp points beneath it. The large mahogany desk is ornately carved, and you see various papers and documents neatly organized into precise piles atop it. A deep red writing pad rests before him, and an inkpot stands unstoppered on its upper corner. A glowing orb rests atop a large brass stand at the corner of the desk, and a large window stands open to your left, looking down into the courtyard. A large crow preening itself on a perch attached to the windowsill. And Caden, this perch that this crow is sitting on is that magic item that you saw attached to the window, glowing with a purple kind of glow. And the scent of grass and flowers drifting in with the slight breeze keeps the room at a pleasant temperature. Several bookshelves stand against the back of the room, filled with large leather-bound books, the spines creased and cracked with use. A well-worn, comfortable-looking couch sits against the wall to your right. A large painting of the mayor and his daughter and his elven wife hangs just behind the mayor's head. They all appear to be smiling in this beautiful picture of this noble family. As you enter, the mayor finishes scratching his signature across a document before him before returning the quill to the inkpot. He looks up at you with deep brown eyes and smiles, revealing 2 rows of perfectly straight, brilliantly white teeth. He stands and gestures towards the leather armchairs before his desk, spaced exactly the same distance from each other and the center of the desk. Well, welcome back. I've been anxiously awaiting your return. Please, have a seat. We have much to discuss.
Mr. Graves, thank you for seeing us.
Yes. Now please, tell me, have you guys located my daughter? Is she alive? When that good-for-nothing Darius returned, I feared the worst. However, he did inform me that she was alive the last time he saw her, no thanks to him. He informed me also that she came to her senses and abandoned him on the road. I knew that girl had a good head on her shoulders, despite her attempts to prove otherwise. But forgive me if I don't trust the boy as far as I can throw them. Not that I would sully my own hands with such a task. That's why I hired all of you. Now, please, give me the good news.
Quick question. Do you have a map of this?
Yes. I should have changed.
No, you're good. I just wanted to remind if you had made one.
Yes. this is the second floor of the mansion, and you guys are here going into this room.
He backs on the enabling scroll, and I don't know how.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. It annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, it sucks. So he looks at you guys impatiently.
Well, let me begin. We discovered. Let me start with no, we have not found your daughter. However, we do not believe that she has perished. We believe that whatever truth Darius has said as far as her not being with him is true. We found the other women who were taken and kidnapped, if you recall that being a problem with your town, and she was not among them.
Yes, yes, I remember some reports of some peasant women going missing. So you found them? Were they alive? Did you bring them back?
I'm afraid they were all used in a sacrifice.
Well,
There's a creature that's been
a
posing
creature?
as residents in this town.
Creature, what do you
Yes, a
mean?
creature.
Something that wears human flesh to look like somebody else.
He kind of looks at you. That's preposterous. That's. How do you know this?
Mr. Graves, you had a outbreak of uh, zombies, for lack of better terms, in your town. This hardly feels more preposterous than that.
He reaches up and he twists his mustache with a finger and he says, "Yes, that was odd. I took care of it though. I had to make some tough decisions, but I solved the problem.
And you
Well,
saved your town for that. That was quite brilliant and necessary.
We would
he
have done the same.
he kind of like tugs his jacket straight and kind of looks proud and he says, "Yes, it was quite a brilliant decision on my part. Thank you for the compliment. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to send a uh, um, compensation to the families of those miners that have been missing. Tara, get in here." And Tara steps into the room. He says, "Figure out what one of those peasants went missing and give their families, what should I say, 30 silver pieces should be enough. Write this down." And he takes, and she writes it down on a piece of paper, and he rips it off of her little pad and scribbles a signature on it and hands it back to her. She says, "All right, out with you." Okay, so there's a creature impersonating people in my town. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, we are not sure how many. At least two.
It is unfortunate. Um, well, that's why I hired you. I'm expecting you to figure that out. Now, I did capture this Darius character. He is in the dungeons as we speak. I did want to ask you guys, or I guess the better word would be offer you something, as I do appreciate what you guys have figured out already. Is there any other information before I get to that?
The water. We cleared the water of its issue. We found a body riddled with fungus, and we disposed of it.
Oh, it's terrible. That's disgusting. Did you find out who did it?
We're afraid not. I believe it may have been the mimic creatures.
Roll a deception check.
Big yikes.
Right? He was better at lying. No
You're,
joking, not
you're
so
the one
probably
that
Iris.
said it, though.
Yes, I was going to tell you. You
That
have
was a
rolled.
joke.
Oh no!
Iris is
shit.
going to use luck.
Okay, thank
Oh
God.
my god.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck?
Woo!
Holy shit! Thank God for
That
that.
would
Not
have
for
been.
luck. He says,
oh shit.
yes, that makes sense, I guess. Well, what leads you to believe that it was the mimics? Did you see any evidence of this?
No, but problems tend to clue together from what I've seen.
That's true. They
It'd be
come in bunches.
kind of a coincidence if it was separate things.
Yeah, this. He gestures to his table. He says, "Yeah, I have a table full of problems right now, so what you're saying makes sense. Well, I do appreciate what you've done with the water. Is it safe to drink now? Can I stop sharing my well water with these peasants constantly at my gates?"
Has it been like a day or two since
For
then,
like
right?
2 days.
Yeah,
With
it's been
moving
like-
water? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Could we
so-
make a survival check for that?
I
Yeah,
would just
sounds good.
say at this point, I think it's probably safe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been
Fair
like
enough.
2-3 days. The way rivers run, it would definitely have kind of cleared out at this point.
Eh, it's likely safe, but if you want to, I don't know, we can give you the list of ingredients for what can help, and maybe you can put in a request for these items, just in case it pops up again. You can take care of it quickly.
Excellent. That will work. Tara, get back in here. And she walks into the desk like, "You know what? Just stay here. Stand in the corner." And he says, "Well, I guess you'll be wanting a reward for that."
Yeah, couldn't hurt.
I believe we have more work to do here, so any reward would essentially be furthering your own
Yes,
goal.
yes. Tara, write out what would it? A note to pay this group 100 gold, and also make a certificate for me personally. Have them take it to the merchant or to Masterson's, and the party may take one item of their choice from the trade emporium. Write it out, and I'll sign it. She writes it out and puts it on his desk. He scribbles a signature on it and holds it out to you.
Marshall will
Caden,
stand up and take it. Or if it's
it doesn't matter.
complicated.
I was just trying to pick somebody. He hands it to you, Iris. And you read it. It basically is a promissory note for 100 gold and one item of your choice from the trade emporium, and both of them will be fulfilled at the trade emporium.
Excellent, thank you.
Did you
Additional-
say any?
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
No, the rule is we
Eh.
defer to you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, some of our bets are hard to break. Anyways, while we're on the subjects of requisition, we don't know if those creatures, the mimics, will try and pull the same stunt again. It would be convenient if I had somewhere to study what this disease is, or any available resources you have that could assist with trying to mitigate any further attempt through that means. Is there any way you could assist in that?
He looks at you and says, "I don't know what you hold on. I don't know what you expect. I don't have those kind of books in my own library, and I don't really know where you might find them. You could talk to that ingrate that lives at the temple. He may have a better idea of where you might find a library. He's always reading books and has his nose in documents and scrolls and the like. His temple burned down, and hopefully most of his books with him, but he might have some information for you. Go see him.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mr. Gray.
Also, I did want to let you know that I do appreciate what you've done with the water. And Tara, go ahead and write an announcement to the town and let them know that the party has solved the water issue. Make sure that you give me credit, and that they, under my direction, solve the problem. And that the water is now safe to drink, so stop bothering me. All right, that's taken care of. So you solved the water issue. Excellent. I appreciate it. But it's not what I hired you for. How are we going to find my daughter?
Ours is gonna bounce over to Caden.
Well, we're gonna. I think we should talk to Darius.
Ah, excellent. I agree. In fact, I had a proposal for you. Now, I've captured Darius. We took him into custody when he returned to the town and went back to his father's inn. As a matter of fact, I thought about taking in Taps as a co-conspirator, but they talked me out of it, as the town would have been upset by that. Don't know if I'm going to continue having my mind changed when we speak to this Darius. I'm sure that Gus had something to do with all of this. Anyways, I wanted you guys to be present when I interrogate this failure of a child of his. Unfortunately, I don't have time to deal with that today or tomorrow, as tomorrow we are going to be very busy. And he looks over at Tara, kind of thinking of all the things that he has to do tomorrow. He's like, we're going to be receiving a shipment of ore today, and that always takes up much of my time. So I think in about 2 days we should be able to interrogate the child, and if you guys want to come back and sit in on the interrogation.
Can we just talk to him on our own time as well, or?
Of course not. I have to be present for that. I'm not going to let him spill any information, and I can't trust you guys to impart word for word what he says. But if you'd like to lead the interrogation, perhaps we could work something out. Or actually, he doesn't say that. Roll me a DC 14 persuasion check.
Me?
Yes.
9.
All poopy.
He looks at you and he says, have you ever interrogated a prisoner before?
No.
I have.
He looks at you and he says, I don't even know who you are. When have you
Well, I w-
interrogated a prisoner? You're too pretty
was
to
here.
interrogate somebody.
That's
No, you
what
weren't.
makes me so efficient.
Ember wasn't there before, was she?
No, she wasn't on LCUA.
She's just being a smartass.
No. He just looks at you and he says, I don't even know who you are. Anyways, I also don't know who you are. And he points at you, Lapis, and he says, who are these people, Caden?
There are reinforcement. We've taken some losses. One missing and another called to duty.
He chuckles.
Oh.
And he's like,
I think
But-
Ember is going to walk up to him and kind of like take his hands in hers and say, I'm here to help find your daughter. And she's going to kind of like flutter her lashes, not flirtingly, but just like trying to be as sincere as possible.
okay, roll a charisma check with advantage.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Plus,
Oh
Okay.
no.
I have a -1, so
Because you're so
That
awkward.
is fascinating to me.
I am very
That
awkward.
character, I know it's not.
Spill
looks
coffee
and
on him or
everything.
what?
He looks at you and kind of like tucks his hand away and says, yeah, thank you very much. Step back, please.
She just like shrugs her shoulders.
And he wipes
I
his hands
tried.
kind of on his pants. Very well. At least one of you appears to have manners as she touches me. But anyways, so since none of you appear to have interrogated a prisoner before, I think maybe I shall have the experienced people do it, but I will let you in the room. Is that acceptable to you?
I feel like Lapis has probably interrogated before, but she's being quiet.
Absolutely. You
Um,
probably have interrogated a prisoner before.
Quite a lot, probably,
Yes, I
actually.
think you'd actually be good at it, but
Yeah. I feel like she kind of wants to slowly put her hand up. Not timidly, but just trying to be respectful of conversations being had. And eventually her hand reaches as high as it'll go, which is probably about 8.5 feet tall at that point. Because she's like 7'1".
as he's saying, is that acceptable? He looks over at you and he says, yes, we aren't in the classroom. Can I help you?
I was simply trying to be respectful. I've interrogated many. I am a paladin knight.
Oh, you're one of those. I'm sure
What is
you
that
have.
supposed to mean?
He just kind of like sneers at you and shakes his head and he says, Go ahead and roll a persuasion.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. He looks at you and he looks you up and down and he says, "Yes, I guess you'll do." He stares at you for a minute. He says, "Tall one, aren't you?"
Yes. Works in my favor.
Absolutely fine. She can do it.
Agreed.
However, I must be president, so it will happen in 2 days' time. I expect you not to leave the city again like you did last time. Is that acceptable to you?
How are we supposed to find your daughter if we can't leave the city?
We'll alert you if it requires us to leave.
To that end,
You can see Lapis changing a bit. She's kind of losing her patience. So if
when
anyone wants to be like,
when you say that, he looks at you and he says, "Well, seeing how much success you've had already, I don't expect too much from you. However, there's plenty of people in the town you can talk to, get clues and evidence and whatnot, but I have other people that might be looking for as well, so I expect you to stay in the town. Just accept what I've told you. I'm paying you, so is that acceptable?" I ask again.
It is.
I see no problems with this.
Lapis just crosses her arm against her chest, doesn't say anything, but gives a very curt nod.
If there's nothing else you have for us, Mayor, I understand you're a busy man, so we will take our leave.
Very busy, in fact. However, I do have one more request of you. I have something that I need you guys to take care of a personal matter. I understand that's not quite what I'm paying you for, but you will be rewarded. Can't talk about it now, and he looks over at Tara and he says, "But if you can return tomorrow, I have a task for you. I want you to talk to somebody for me. Anyways, we'll talk about that tomorrow. If there's nothing else," he gestures towards the door.
Caden turns around about face and tips up.
And
Ayla, were you outside the room the whole time?
No, I was in the back.
Oh, I thought you were outside
Oh,
the room.
okay.
That would not have surprised me.
Yeah, I thought that was on purpose.
Just waiting outside.
Yes, I thought it was on purpose too.
as soon as you turn around, he sits back down at his desk and starts writing, completely dismissing you from his mind. Tara kind of walks up and kind of gestures you out, and she walks you down the stairs, unless you guys want to do anything while you are here.
Hang on.
I did want to talk to Lapis real quick.
Of course. So let me. Actually, right now is perfect because I need to go pee. I can hear you, but I'm going to mute myself. So go ahead and have that conversation.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna kind of walk next to you, Lapis. I'm gonna be like, obviously, I was completely dismissed because I'm quote unquote too pretty to interrogate. But I want to kind of let you know that I am really, really good at reading people, and I'm happy to sit back while you are doing, like the bad cop, good cop thing. I'm happy to stay there and kind of watch their mannerisms and maybe help with that.
You see as
Thank you.
her demeanor kind of like softens a bit because she was a fuse was beginning to burn in there. But she looks. How tall are you? You're probably not 7'1", right?
No, I think I'm shorter. I'm like 5'5" or 5'6".
Okay, she kind of looks down at you, and she gives you a tender little smile. She says, "Yeah, I think I would appreciate that. I tend to be a little rough in interrogation, so having somebody that can read body language would really help me. Actually, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that."
Absolutely. I think I get looked over quite a lot for how I look, and usually it's to their disadvantage. So
Yeah, I actually
I-
have the opposite happen. People make perceptions of me because I am, I look pretty tough, but I am a pretty soft person if you allow me to be.
I'm the exact opposite. And she kind of just like elbows you a little bit and smiles.
She kind of like wraps her arm around your shoulder and like kind of goes to like pull you against her in like a side hug, maybe a little too hard because she doesn't know how to judge her strength. And you just
like,
bash into her plate armor.
Watch the mask. Watch the mask.
Oh,
It's just like
sorry.
it's hanging off her side. That's okay. It just means a lot to me. All
Yeah.
right. Well, that's all she wanted to talk about.
So as you guys are heading down the stairs, Tara's kind of talking to you. Is like, well, that seemed to have gone much better than last time. Nobody turned into a zombie. There was no hiding.
Zombie. Interesting.
I never found
Interesting group of people.
Yeah, pretty much every emotion Lapis just went through, we all did, but we did something about it the first time. But he made us pay for it, so we had to put our nose up his asshole.
Ew.
Did he make us pay for it?
Yeah.
I remember he
made
went to
the town
the.
pay
Oh, I
for
don't
it.
know if you were there, but he taxed the entire town.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Okay.
I remember
Um,
now.
Quick question: did we get gold payment or just those?
So
Vouchers.
you're going to receive 100 gold payment. You have a writ that will give you 100 gold and choice of a single item from the trade emporium.
So technically, we don't have 100 gold.
Not yet.
Okay.
You have a check.
What an ass. As if he doesn't have fucking gold stashed somewhere, I'm
Oh
sure.
yeah, he probably has a shit ton, but
Yeah.
he will not lower himself to give it to you.
Yeah.
You guys make your. She leads you down to the entrance hall and gestures towards the chest. She says, "You all may retrieve your weapons and." I'm very upset that you guys haven't been able to find my friend, but I'll keep my fingers crossed. Is there anything else I can do for you guys before you leave?
Can I do an insight check on her? To see if she
Doing the
seems
exact same thing.
if she seems different than last time, or like something's off.
Absolutely.
Okay. 14.
So if there was something off, I would tell you, but it's just I know this character better, and that's why I'm playing her different.
Okay, no, I was just making sure. Just wanted
Okay.
to eyeball her.
Absolutely. And she seems to genuine about her friend as well. If there's nothing else, and she kind of curtsies to you and says, "I hope you guys have a fine day."
Wait, one moment.
Yes,
Darius. Its name's Darius, right?
Darius.
Darius.
Shit. Darius. He's being kept on this premise?
Yes, he's being kept in the dungeons below, in the cellar.
I don't imagine to doubt the quality of your cellars, but is it thoroughly secured? I'm not worried. We don't have to worry about him escaping, do we?
And she says, "I've never personally seen the dungeons, thank God, but as far
Insight
as I
check.
know, if you want to."
Wah, wah.
She seems like she's never seen the dungeons.
Okay. Just kidding. I wanted to throw that in there.
She says, "I've never personally seen them, but as far as I know, they're well guarded and unpleasant, from what I hear. But I don't believe he can escape."
Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome. And
Ember. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Ember, have you remembered how the mayor like speaks to her and how kind she seems? Ember's just gonna like not say anything, but give her a hug, like a little tight squeeze, and then walk away
When you
and
do
pick
that,
up
she
her
goes,
quarterstaff.
"It's like, oh!" And she gives you a hug back, and she says, "Oh, aren't you nice?"
Where
Um,
where are we in the house right now?
You're in the entry room.
Oh.
Sorry,
Where
have
our
to-
weapons are.
I have to switch frickin'
Gotcha.
windows to get to my thing, so I forget to change
No
maps.
worries.
So she
But yeah.
picks up her quarterstaff that is basically just decoration.
I probably could have found a mirror in there, huh? To see how bad I look.
Do you say that out loud?
So yeah, I was talking to Iris mostly.
If she hears that, and she says, "Oh, there's a mirror right over there," and she kind of leans over and she says, "You do look a bit odd."
Oh, shit.
Been a rough week.
Must have fucked it up. Where's the mirror? What's it look like?
So if you head into this room, there's a mirror inside there.
Oh, good. Okay. Let me put my token down.
So as you kind of go into the room, this room is like a large sitting or a small sitting room. There's comfy couches and some tables for things. There's a writing desk if you need to write, but right next to the door is a full body length mirror where like the nobles will adjust their garments to prepare for a meeting with the mayor.
Okay.
Max wants to watch his expression as he sees himself.
Okay, so Kaden walks in the room, kind of like turns toward the mirror, and you do see a very surprised expression, and the spell just drops and is back to Kaden. Kaden grabs his rapier and stabs the mirror right in the middle, shattering it.
You hear like a loud squeak from the other room, and Tara comes running in, and she looks at the ground, and she looks up at you, and she just has this like her mouth is wide open, like why the fuck did you do that?
I'm sorry.
And she just stares at you.
So much for our certificate, Aiden. At the very least, I don't believe you were lying about your shape anymore.
I'll clean this up. Do you have a broom?
She kind of face palms, and she's like, you guys just can't get in and out. Getting me in trouble. And she turns around and like walks away.
Aw, poor lady.
I know.
Poor Tara.
And she comes back like 10 minutes later with a broom and two maids, and she says, you've done
I
enough.
thought you were gonna say bruise, not broom.
You've done enough. I'll handle it, please.
Yeah, Kaden
If you
won't
can
say
see
anything.
yourself to the door.
He'll just leave.
She's clearly exasperated and a little bit angry.
Oh, there's two Cadens on this map.
Oh, from earlier? Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just funny.
I deleted. There was two Halas at the tavern.
So you guys,
No,
Had
just
you
me.
not done that, Adam, I would have inspected that table
Sorry.
with the writing on it.
the maids start cleaning up as you leave, and she's just sitting there with her head in her hands, like, fuck.
I hope that wasn't expensive. We should
Well,
go.
it probably was.
Yeah,
Why did you do that?
I'm not feeling well. I don't know what happened.
You mean your body just tried to stab itself
Yeah.
through the mirror?
Mhm.
Is anyone else alarmed with this, or am I alone here?
I don't know him well enough, I guess.
I was thinking really hard.
I don't care how well I know somebody, but
Look,
she kind of looks at you.
yeah, well, that was an accident.
That was a little weird, Caden.
Yeah, I know. It was weird. Like, I'll just stay away from mirrors from now on, and that spell.
And now there's a penis appearing out of nowhere.
God damn it.
Probably Ugna.
Such a rap!
Oh,
Looks like a penis. Now it looks like an angry dinosaur penis, but anyway.
What the hell?
So you guys make your way out of the door, and you start to head down the pathway towards the entry gate. And as you get closer, the gate opens, and Bird is sitting there leaning on his staff, and he says, so, you guys fuck anything up this time?
Yeah.
Ha ha! I knew you would. Well, it's always a pleasure when you guys come. Ah, never a dull moment. All right, get out of here.
Our pleasure.
As you guys start to make your way down the path towards the main path that heads towards the inn and everything like that. Let me put you guys on the map, actually. I ran out of time, so I didn't get to write this narration, so I'm just going to do it off the top of my head.
Bless you.
So, real quick,
Yes.
obviously, I wasn't here to earn that 100 gold and an item. But she didn't say anything, so she's like, I mean, he was given it, so
Was this one for all of us or one for everybody?
One for everybody and 100 gold divided equally amongst you, or however you guys want to divide it up.
Okay, so one item for everyone and 100 gold.
Oh,
No. One total item
Okay.
and
yeah.
100 gold.
So we share
Yeah.
the item or give it to
Correct.
somebody
Or
specifically.
figure out who you want to have the
Oh.
item. Yeah. Giving you one thing. One
Oh, I
individual
thought it
object.
was per person. Never
No,
mind.
one individual object and 100 gold total.
He will not have any say in what you guys get then.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
it'll
say,
be 20 gold pieces each?
Well,
I mean,
When
if
we
I
you
would
divide
not
it
take,
equally.
Ember would not take any.
Yeah,
She would
that
decline it.
that is going to be entirely up to you. I do not care how you divide it. I just gave you 100 gold. You guys figure out who gets what. So as you guys kind of make your way down the street, and you get kind of to this direction where the street kind of starts to curve over towards the noble quarter, you see kind of over here, kind of near the trees, there's like this kind of like a rickshaw, but it's kind of attached to a horse, and sitting on the rickshaw is the same man that you guys saw inside of the bar with the blue chainmail armor and the blonde hair, and he's leaning back on this chair with his feet up, kind of on the side of the wagon, and he has a pear in his hand, and he's just taking a bite out of it. And as you guys kind of walk down, you see him kind of look up and make eye contact with you, and he breaks into a large smile and kind of nods towards you and says something to the driver of the wagon, and he clicks his tongue, and the wagon goes trundling off down the road. And where are you guys gonna go?
Who's that guy that we keep seeing?
We
You
go
keep
find
seeing that man?
We saw him at the tavern this morning. You can't tell me you missed that attractive man.
I think I may have gone to the bathroom.
No,
I
fair.
mean, I noticed him, but I don't really care. Why is it interesting?
You recognize him?
No, I
It's
don't.
a pretty small town, isn't it?
Yeah, but he stands out.
I mean, we stand out. Does that mean we're up to no good?
Depends.
Well,
Maybe I'll ask Taps about it, because he was at Taps' inn earlier. But, are we heading to the temple first, or...?
I'm ready for a nap.
I think. Don't you think you want to see what the store has to offer?
Yes.
Because we get one thing.
That's a
And
good
remember,
idea.
you guys did receive a summons that Masterson wanted to see you as well.
Masterson is part of the
So-
market?
The market is called the Masterson Trade Emporium.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the market.
And the Mastersons are like second in power.
Yes.
Tobias Masterson.
Yes, and this trade emporium is massive, and clearly there is some wealth put into this building.
Alright. We'll go down.
All right, so you guys are gonna head to the trade emporium.
Yes.
All right, so you guys make your way towards the trade emporium, and as you get to the, you kind of round the bend towards the merchant. So as you approach the trade house, you enter through an arched entrance. The words "Masterson Trade Emporium" in brilliantly gleaming bronze letters are displayed on a sign on the spandrels. A stone path leads up to a two-story brick building, white trim adding contrast to the corners. Large covered pavilions have been erected on either side of the path on the finely maintained lawn. Tables, baskets, and shelves display a vast array of goods, everything from cook pots to barrels bristling with fletched arrows. If you need something in Ironmore, the Masters and Trade Emporium is where you'll find it. Large stone pillars flank the pass, supporting a wide balcony overlooking the outdoor bazaar. Grand glass windows spanning nearly the entire front of the building provide an unobstructed view into the large showroom. This is where armor racks display fine plate armor, gilded trimmed helms adorn wooden stands. Several glass cases display amulets, rings, and other fine jewelry, as well as accessories with dazzling gems sparkling in the sunlight spilling in. As you step through the open doors, you see two elegant marble staircases that curve along the side of the buildings, leading to another balcony. A man dressed in flowy white silk shirt beneath a snugly fitting embroidered vest with bright brass buttons across his robust middle leans against a marble banister, looking down on you. When he sees you, he smiles and removes a large floppy brimmed hat with a large colorful feather tucked into a bright red ribbon and shouts down to you, "Oh, you've made it! How exciting!" He throws his hands wide as he exclaims and rushes down the stairs, his short legs pumping as he moves about, his shiny black, silver buckled shoes clicking loudly with every step. He rushes up to you, Ayla, and takes your hand, throwing his hand out and bowing low to gently kiss the back of your hand. "Oh, it is a pleasure to meet you, my lady." And he looks up at you and covers his eyes with his hat. And he says, "Forgive me, I must shield my eyes lest I find myself blinded by your beauty. Well, we have nothing as radiant as my lady. I'm sure that I have something that will complement your exquisite hair." He turns to a nearby shelf and plucks a hairnet, a silver chain with a sapphire mounted to hang down over the forehead. "Now, wouldn't this just look divine on you?" He smiles and hands the hairnet to a woman behind the counter. One of the silver boxes for this one, I think. The blue ribbon. And he turns back to you, Caden, and he takes both of your hands, or takes one of your hands of both of his, and he says, "Ah!" And he motions towards your rapier, and he says, "A fine weapon you have there. Clearly well made, of course, and I'm sure you wield it with expertise." He calls out to another lady, is Trudy! Find that red leather scabbard with the moonstones. Have it boxed up for my friend here. It's a perfect complement to such a brilliant blade." And he turns to you, Iris, and he says, "Oh, what a beautiful young lady. Oh, come over here." And he grabs her hand and leads you towards a glass case. Um, and he grabs a pendant with an emerald set in it, and he holds it up to your throat and he says, "Oh, now this would look perfect on you. That porcelain skin will just simply make this gemstone pop. Oh my! Ah, look at how it makes your eyes glow. Esmeralda, put this in a nice box for the young lady. She'll pick it up when we finish." Oh, and he looks at you, Lapis, and he says, "Why, aren't you a tall one? So commanding, confident in that armor. Truly, I feel more safe just being in your presence." He kind of flourishes his hand and he produces a silver medal with from his sleeve with a flourish, and he holds it up towards you, careful not to get too close, and he says, "Yes, yes, this is quite acceptable. You will surely command the respect and admiration of all who gaze upon you with this pin to that fine breastplate." He tosses it to a woman as she walks past, um, and he says, "Find a box for this too, not too flashy, mind you, and have it placed with the rest." He pats the woman on the shoulder as she scurries by. "Thank you, Meredith." And then he turns to you, Ember, and he looks at you and takes a step back, kind of puts his hand to his chest. "Oh my, aren't you lovely? Those lips, that hair, those eyes, truly magnificent." Um, Taps his lips for a moment, thinking. And he looks you up and down and he says, "Lisa!" And a young woman scurries over. He gestures at you, Ember, and he says, "Do you recall that blue silk we got in the other day? You know the one. Well, we all said that it was the most exquisite piece. We said it could only go to someone truly special, to a truly exceptional beauty. Well, Lisa, I think we found her." He shakes his head in disbelief. "Yes, off you go. Go and have it made ready for the most elegant, stunningly beautiful guest here." Claps his hand and he says, "Yes, quickly now." Ah, He looks at all of you with a broad smile and he says, "Now, that's settled. Let's get down to business." He turns away and starts striding towards the stairs and calls over his shoulder, "Follow me, follow me. I had refreshments prepared, and we have much to discuss."
Who are you?
What is
He,
happening?
he just keeps walking, expecting you to follow.
Okay.
I could go for more free gifts. I need money.
We don't know
Lapis
that
is
they're
literally
free.
like cringing and also growling under her breath. But she'll follow.
Do you guys follow him?
Yeah, I will.
So you guys make your way up the stairs and across a black and white checkered marble floor to a double door in the back wall, tucked between two large shelves displaying various high-end knickknacks and home decorations. As he enters, he casually tosses his hat at a hat rack by the door, perfectly landing on the highest hook. Clearly, he's done this before. You pass through the doors into a large office. A massive mahogany desk stands out near the center, and slightly larger than the mayor's desk, mind you. Stands out near the center towards the back of the room. Multiple comfortable-looking armchairs arrayed in a perfect semicircle face the desk. The walls are decorated with fine paintings and tapestries. Candelabras and gilded lamps adorn shelves and sconces. A large window displays a magnificent view of the snow-topped mountains in the distance. The short, stocky, well-dressed man makes his way behind the desk and gestures for all of you to sit down. He says, "Yes, yes, please, have a seat. Make yourselves comfortable. Oh, Meredith, bring our guests some refreshments." He looks at each of you, counting off fingers. His fingers are adorned with an impossible amount of rings on them. He maintains eye contacts with all of you, but then he says, "We have some fruit punch, perfectly chilled and quite delicious, I must say. And also, I've selected a fine red wine, Elvish, of course, only the finest, for my new friends. If you would prefer something a bit stronger, I have that as well." He sits down behind this massive desk with a sigh. And he smiles at you with a broad smile, and he says, "Oh my, I am embarrassed. I was so excited at the thought of meeting all of you that I've gone and completely forgotten to introduce myself." He stands up and bows with a flourish. He says, "My name is Sir Tobias Masterson, and he gestures to the building around him, "this humble establishment is the Masterson Trade Emporium. Welcome."
Thank you for having us.
"Oh, of course, of course."
Why are you so excited to meet us?
"Oh, it's always a wonderful day when I make new friends, and I'm always excited to make a new acquaintance. Now, did you guys receive my letter? Is that why you're here?"
Partially.
Among other reasons.
"Oh, please, tell me."
Who has the note?
Iris
Now
does.
will pull the note from her pocket.
Rah, rah, rah.
Yes. Anyways, we just came back from a meeting with Mayor, and we have a small requisition.
"Oh,
She'll slide it over to Tobias.
of course." He looks down at it, doesn't touch it or anything, he just looks at it, and he says, "Oh, yes, that looks like the mayor's handwriting, of course." And that paltry sum, of course. Yes, hold on, Meredith. And this woman comes bustling in with a tray with these kind of crystal carafes on it, and these crystal goblets, and one of them is filled with this kind of like pinkish, slightly red liquid with still frozen ice cubes floating in it, and another one has like a deep kind of burgundy red wine in it, and then next to that is like a what's it called? Like a flask with some kind of clear spirit in it, and small shot glasses arranged in a pattern around it. And she brings it over to you and holds it out to all of you. Do you guys take refreshments?
Yeah, I'll take the clear stuff.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
not going to take anything because none of it looks first of all, natural. Well, I mean, I guess the wine would be natural, but she doesn't drink, so she
And-
politely declines.
The punch is like a fruit punch, like fruit juice, kind of mixed with like spices and stuff to make it taste delicious.
Okay, so I would say then, further hearing the explanation of that, she would take it, and she would take the tiniest sip, but no more.
So when you take
Kind of
a sip,
cringe at how sweet it is.
it is incredibly sweet, but also incredibly delicious. Like one of the most delicious kind of substances you've ever put in your mouth. And do the rest of you guys take stuff as well?
Yeah, I'll take some punch.
And everything you guys drink is exquisite, like very, very tasty.
I take a shot and then I'm like, wait, how much is this gonna cost?
He completely ignores that statement. And he says,
All right,
Meredith,
so
Meredith, and he points to the letter on the table. He's like, when you're finished there, if you could please just go get whatever, make a small bag and put their payment in the bag. Also, it looks like he's giving you a choice of a item from my magic item stock.
He said a choice, an item of our choice. He didn't put any qualifications on it.
Of course, of course. Well, we can make that happen when we're finished here. But first, I have some things to discuss with all of you. Do you have some time to sit with me today?
I do
Sure.
believe we are right now.
Are we being charged by the hour?
So,
Skirt.
I trust that you met my messenger and received my letter, and while it's taken you quite a while to reach me, I am happy that you have finally arrived. I have a few things to talk about. First off, what did you think of our fine mayor?
Pleasant.
Eh,
Shh.
When you say pleasant, he's like, oh, a charmer, this one. This one's a charmer. So no, really, what did you think of our mayor?
I think he's probably gum, maybe.
Hold on. Can I roll to see if like he's trying to like bait us
Absolutely.
into saying bad things about the mayor? What do you want me to roll for that?
Roll an insight check.
Yep. I'm not a very observant person. Ember. I kind of like nudge her.
You can go ahead and roll Ember, since you've already established that this is something that you guys are going to do together. Go ahead and roll an insight check. I would have given you advantage if she rolled higher, but she did not. So go ahead and roll it straight.
Why is it taking forever? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you kind of read
Jeez,
people a lot.
insight.
He is
I am really good at reading people.
absolutely trying to get you guys to say bad things about the mayor, but because he wants you to say bad things before he does.
Ah.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, look, he seems like a total dick, but this is only the first time I met him. And I just like am outright just say it.
And he looks at you and he like puts his hand to his chest. It's like, oh my, such strong words. Yes, he is a bit of an ass. And I did want to speak to you about that particular ass. What do you know about what's going on with the caravan situation?
I will say that I am fairly new to this party, so Ayla, Iris, and Caden here would know more than I do.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not very familiar with this.
He kind of raises an eyebrow at both of you and says, so what do the three of you know?
Ayla, I think you'd be happier talking here than with the mayor if you would.
I think I'm still going to keep my mouth shut on this one, low key, because I forgot.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I haven't really given you guys a ton of information anyways. He says, well, let me inform you, there have been several shipments that have been going missing lately, and let me tell you, the mining company is none too happy about that. Anytime money goes missing, somebody's a little upset. I know a little bit about that. Now, let me ask you, would you all be willing to do me a favor?
Feel that you've earned my trust.
What's the favor?
Well, I have it under good authority that the mayor may be keeping something in his treasury that he doesn't want people to find out about. And he kind of like looks at you all conspiratorially and kind of like steeples his fingers in front of him like he's revealing this fabulous secret. What do you guys think about finding out what it is?
I wouldn't be surprised if he had dead bodies in his treasury.
Hmm. Well, I don't know about that, but
Look,
I'm
we're
sure
trying
he's
to
got
keep
some...
our noses out of the dirt. I'm not interested.
Oh,
But
That
that's
is
Caden. That's just him.
unfortunate. What about the rest of you?
Hmm.
I could make it worth your while.
I'm personally opposed to this. So,
Might I
if-
say something? To all of
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
I do believe that I spoke on this matter before. We even met with the mayor, and I was trying to be, an advocate for him, but after having seen how he not only treats his waitstaff, the maid, and how he talks to each of you, wouldn't you want to know and potentially remove him from power? This could be a bustling city.
Maybe after our investigation. I don't want to hinder it any further.
How about this, Mr. Masterson, if you may?
Yes, of course.
We are set to interrogate 2 days from today. Would you be willing to wait that 2 days? After then we can investigate for you.
He says, "Oh, of course. I have nothing but time."
He kind of looks at everybody and kind of like nods, holding her hands out like, okay, so there's something.
Was that sarcasm?
No.
not
So
you.
the hair stuff, is a little bit sarcastic. Yeah. He's a salesman, so he's not making it obvious, but yeah, sarcastic.
You have experience in that, Josh.
Why do you think I can play this character so well? One moment, guys.
We can use this moment to kind of talk about
Yo,
it. 'Cause
okay, so on the real though, I missed a little bit of that because I fell asleep. So I came back when he actually started talking to me, thank God. So can you tell me what happened? What was he talking about with the stuff? I'm really sorry. I was dozing off.
He wants to look us to investigate something. He says that there's something, or there's something secret that the mayor has in his treasury,
Oh, okay.
and he wants to make a
Lapis
deal
is
with
like,
us.
I want to look at this shit.
And Caden
but-
said no. And
Right,
Iris
because
said
he doesn't want to he doesn't want to get their hands dirty before the interrogation. And I said, why don't we just wait until after the interrogation?
Well,
Yeah, well,
Then
mine
we-
was the
I
investigation
was
in
there
general.
for that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what you guys were trying to figure out. So
Okay,
I'm really sorry about that.
No worries. So as so you say that to him, Lapis, and he says, "Well, as I said, I have time to investigate this." And he looks at you, Caden, and he says, "What if I what if I had a little bit of an inside track with the mayor? Maybe had somebody that could speak with a little bit more knowledge than myself. Would that perchance sway you?"
Look, what's the favor? Are you wanting us to sneak in the treasury?
Oh, well, how you find the information is up to you. You can talk to people, perhaps pay some bribes.
Well, Look, if we do that and we fuck it up, the people of the town will probably pay just like before. We embarrassed him, and he made them pay.
Yes, and what kind of a man would do something like that?
No,
I
I
asked you.
don't like him. I also don't trust you.
Like as you say that, he gasps in shock and he says, "You don't trust me? Oh, goodness. Well, that's quite offensive, I must say, but I can understand a man of your years has
Your years.
uh, lots of situations where I'm sure people have betrayed you, and I can understand that, but let me just show you something. Um, and he picks up like a crystal bell on his desk, and he rings it, and he says, "I have somebody who's quite close to the mayor that informs me that there is definitely something that we want to know about. And when I say we, I mean we." And he gestures to both of like you guys and himself. And the side door opens, and a elven woman in a silver dress
His wife?
with like a belt around her middle walks into the room and walks up to Masterson, and he takes her hand and she leans down and kisses him, and he says, "I'm sure you know this lovely lady." And he puts his hand around her and kind of like squeezes her in a very familiar way.
Is it Elsie?
Yes.
Yeah, I have no idea who it is. Or
Yeah, you and Lapis don't know who it is, but the
Would
rest
they have
of you
seen
know
the
that this
painting?
is- Yes,
I-
you would have seen the painting. It's the same woman in the
that's
painting.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who
Then
is
yes.
who's in the?
was
Is it
him?
the mayor's wife?
Mhm.
Yes. He says,
Oh,
"I'm sure you
shit.
know this lady, and she has informed me that there's quite a lot
Have we talked
that
to her
we don't
before?
know about the neighbor." You have not actually, you never
Okay.
spoke to her, but you definitely saw her the first time you met the mayor.
Mm.
There's quite a bit we don't know about our venerable mayor.
And how would Elsie not be better positioned? I know her name's Elsie, I presume.
Yes.
How is Elsie not better positioned for your proposition?
She smiles at you and she says, "Well, I'm sure you've met the mayor, and he keeps quite a good eye on his treasury, and in fact, I don't even know where it is." She seems very frustrated by that revelation. Have never actually been down there. He won't even let me down there. However, I know he's been meeting with a large man with red hair. He comes in the middle of the night, and he passes messages with that disgusting raven he keeps outside of his window.
I mean, you're just another rich lady. I don't know that you're any better than him. I don't know you, and I really don't know you, Masterson. But this is not up to me. But
I look okay.
that's
I
my
want to do
vibe.
something. I want to do something kind of going off of how Caden is feeling, and I see his wariness. I look at both Elsie and Tobias, and I say, "This comes at no disrespect, I promise you. But to make others feel better." She holds a hand out and casts Zone of Truth.
Very nice.
Okay.
How big is the range on that?
You just have
50
to
feet.
make a charisma saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
Affects everybody, right?
Yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
the saving throw?
DC.
Charisma.
DC.
Charisma 11.
Okay.
All right, so everyone does that right now.
So he rolled a 15. So
Fuck.
Damn
he
it.
saves.
What about Elsie?
That's what I'm getting to right now.
Oh, sorry.
And
Do
she
I
fails
also
as
have to
well.
roll?
No, the caster doesn't have to roll, but everyone else in the room does.
Uh-oh,
Awesome.
Iris. Uh-oh, Umber. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't know it affected you guys too. Shit.
So as you cast that spell,
I don't remember passing gas, but
Freudian slipped up. No, his smile that like it seems plastered on his face instantly falls, and he looks at you and just shakes his head. Oh, could have had such a great partnership. Well,
I was
I
looking at you
think
the exact same way.
he looks at you, Iris, and he says, "So, tell me, what have you guys discovered around the town? Why are you guys really here?"
We discovered a great many things.
I was gonna think for a minute because I actually have to think about that second question.
We're really here because we were sent here to help out by our tower.
I think he looks at all of you and he just shakes his head and he's like, "I've been so generous. I don't understand this betrayal." Well,
I don't know if anybody betrayed you. We're just sitting here talking.
we don't know you, sir. We've been led astray many times already, and I've only been here less than a week.
Says, who truly knows anybody? Well, I've given you my offer. I think this meeting is at an end.
Feels cornered. Yeah.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
And he looks at you kind of like offended and he says, "Me? Cornered? I don't remember trying to force you to behave in any sort of way. I've been straight up with you. I've offered you my hospitality. I've brought you up here. I've offered you gifts.
You're a rich
And
man
this is
trying
how
to
you...
butter us up to do your bidding.
Of course, what other rich man wouldn't use his assets to make new friends?"
I mean, he's got a point there.
I agree.
I might say I use my power and influence to make new friends, where the person that you seem so intent on protecting uses his influence to destroy the people of the town, tax people for no reason, and other nefarious acts.
You're putting them at risk by even having us try to do anything.
I might say that you're putting up them at risk by allowing this mayor to remain in power.
He has a point.
Look, I'm not going to trade one devil for another.
Aiden.
Who are you assuming is the devil? Did I ever say that I would like to become the mayor of the town? That doesn't suit my style. I make much more money here.
Well, look, I'm not the one that makes the call. I'm just giving you my opinion. You guys can make your own choices.
He looks at you, Lapis, and he says, "Listen, even though your little trick failed and it didn't work on me, as it rarely does, I must say I will be completely honest with you. The mayor is bad for my business. He costs me money. I want him removed. I've already stolen his wife. I want him to leave the town so that I can make as much money as possible. Who runs the town is irrelevant to me. I just want them out of my business."
Hey, you could have said that from the start, and I
could
wouldn't have had to do this.
I could have, but what's the fun in that?
You know,
Getting us to help you. That's where the fun is.
I've wanted to, since I've met that man, take him out of power.
And here's
I
your
think
chance.
I've mentioned that before. And then some people convinced me otherwise that I have to play nice. So,
Sorry.
At this point, I'm just very confused on what I should be doing. So I'm just going to leave it up to Iris. Or whatever Iris votes, that's what my vote is.
Well,
I do believe we should discuss this matter later on. You've given us your offer, and we will return to you with ours later.
He looks
Very
at you
diplomatic.
and he says, I can respect that, but let me put all of our cards on the table. I have information. I have things that you would like to know. And in
About what?
return, I want you to gather information that I would like to know. That's how a business proposition works. Tit for tat. I've offered you gifts. I've offered you collateral up front. Apparently, that was not enough for you. And so now, we're where we are. If you change your mind, I'm always here. If you want some information, I have information that may help you eliminate the mayor from this town. If you want that, then great. If not, I can find other ways of acquiring what I need.
Wow, do you see how easy that was?
He looks at you kind of pissed off and
She's
Like-
also pissed off. Like
He
she's so
says-
sick of people's games in this town already.
he says, I didn't get where I am by just offering, or by showing my hand up front.
Ours is gonna
So-
stand up. Go ahead, Ayla, since
Why can't you use the information that you have to get him out? Why do we have to know it? I mean, honestly, we're not the ones who live in the town.
He looks up at, I put her name on a different, what was her name again, Caden?
Elsie?
Elsie, yeah.
Yes. He looks up at Elsie and kind of like gestures at her, and he says, "Well, clearly, I don't think that he's going to allow me into the mansion, and she can't get access to the dungeons. However, you told me yourself that you'd be down there to interrogate the prisoner. I assumed that you might have a little bit more access than me. Obviously, I can't get in there. Maybe you
No.
can."
You didn't answer my question, though. What information do you have that we would want?
He just kind of looks at you and smiles, and he says, and spreads his hands.
Does it? Can you at least say what it pertains to?
Trying to think of how.
Will it help our
Roll-
investigation?
Roll a persuasion check. Yeah.
Sure.
At disadvantage, because he's annoyed with all of you.
Our specialty.
Ooh.
Okay, but hold on.
Yes.
I have a thing. Hold on.
Okay.
I have this thing called the Pact of the Talisman.
Okay.
Oh, it would still be a. I could add a D4. No, it wouldn't matter anyway.
Could break 10 at least.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Go ahead and roll it.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, nice. So, he says, let's see, he's gonna give you a little tiny tip. I'm trying to think of what he gives you.
You know, fishing without the right bait, it's pretty poor for a fisherman.
He smiles at you and he says, I'll say this. So, he gestures at Elsie and he says, my lovely lady here recently has been provided with several large gemstones recently cut by the mayor.
The mayor knows how to do jewelry.
He's never been one to dabble in gemstones. until recently.
Okay. Are you trying to insinuate that he's stolen?
Oh, I don't know how he acquired them.
Okay.
Your
I'll give you one
information
more piece
is
of advice. I think it might be prudent for all of you to stick around town. The caravan will be coming in a little bit later today. Maybe you want to talk to the caravan master and maybe have a conversation with the camp master down there at the mining camp.
the Cat Master and Caravan Master. I presume they're well acquainted with you.
Of course. Where else do you think I acquire my goods? Or the raw materials for my craftsmen?
Ugh.
That's a good point. I guess that's one of the other things that we can do. Talk to the caravan master.
He kind of
What we
raises
need
an
to do,
eyebrow.
I would just like to leave.
Well, I could concur with that. Does anyone else have anything?
He kind of spreads his hands and says, "Welp, if that's all, Meredith!" And she comes in. He says, "Can you please show our guests out? Unfortunately, they didn't think that any of the items that I was going to provide for them fit what they were looking for. So they decided to leave them here. Maybe another time." And he gestures towards the door.
So I'll stand up and do a little courtesy. It's not been a pleasure. We'll be waiting for Meredith to show us the redemptions for our certificate outside. Thank you.
Yes, unfortunately, most of our items are spoken for, but please, on your way.
Zlepis stands up. She's still holding that glass.
Mhm.
And as they make their way to the door, she dumps it into a pot. Potted plant. She does not like being fucked with. She does not like mind games.
No, I won't do it. Hey, Caden has self-control for a second.
You know what's funny? Even when I'm nice to you, you fucking piss the
I was simply, I thought he would maybe not. I don't know. I guess I literally said no disrespect, but he's obviously not on board. I'm trying to see if you're being honest.
So, okay. Above board. If you're a person who secrets and information are your kind of like currency and like you make deals for a living and somebody casts a spell on you which would ruin all of the kind of stuff,
No, I know.
that would like
Lapis doesn't.
Yeah, that is like that spell is probably the worst possible thing you could do to this guy. Like that's like like slapping somebody in the face. Anyways, so Meredith kind of smiles at you and she says, "Please, this way," and leads you guys all out of the room and leads you down to the floor below. And she said she holds out a small pouch of gold and says, if you could please sign here. Oh, one moment. And she takes out another sheet of paper from a little folder that she's holding under her arm and opens the folder and holds it out to you. And she says, "So this here," and she points to a line, says, "This is our fee, a provision fee. This is a supply fee. This is our document fee, and if I could get your signature here. And you see, as you calculate everything, the total will be 72 gold pieces.
Out of curiosity, is she in range of the zone of truth?
No, you guys are downstairs now.
Okay.
And she
Typical.
raises an eyebrow and looks up at you all. Please, your signature here.
Do you mind if we take a receipt and we'll come back later for our gold?
Oh, of course. And she writes on the piece of paper, storage fee, 5 gold pieces. Absolutely. I still, here is a deposit sheet. I just need your signature here.
What's the deposit sheet for?
Oh, well, if you're going to leave your gold with us, of course we need a document stating that we are storing your gold for you for a small fee, of course.
By all means, we haven't redeemed our certificate yet. That's what we're here for. However, since we have not done so, you are not storing anything for us.
She says, oh, of course.
Please show us our way to the magic items. I think we're more interested in those.
Oh.
Or, well, not magic items, whatever items you have available.
Oh, of course, absolutely. As a matter of fact, Tobias himself has given me the pleasure of showing you our finest stock. And she leads you down the stairs and outside to one of the smaller pavilions in the yard. And she says, you may take your pick from any of these items. And as you look at it, there's like some like rusted daggers and some low quality jewelry and stuff like that.
So he really doesn't want our help, huh? Yeah. I turn around, and walk out.
She just smiles as you leave, or perhaps at a later time would be better.
Lapis is taking very deep breaths right now. Very, very deep breaths.
I'm inclined
And
to
you
agree with
you
Aiden.
can see this ball of electricity forming between her horns. And it is taking everything in her might to not flip the fucking table in front of her.
We like calmly just like slowly start nudging Lapis towards the exit.
I'm inclined to agree with Caden. This stock doesn't seem very acceptable for good partners. Have a good day.
As you guys kind of turn away, you see, kind of leaning against one of the other stalls, a man with blonde hair and blue chainmail, kind of watching you all with a smile on his face, and he has like a bunch of grapes in his hand and just popping them into his mouth as he watches you.
Lapis, still pissed, looks at him and goes, "What? What are you looking at? What?" This ball just gets bigger, like she's about to go full breath weapon. Like she's mad. She is really mad.
As you do that, he kind of looks at you and winks, pops a grape into his mouth, and turns around and walks away.
Someone get me out of here. I'm gonna explode.
All right, I think I'm not the only one that's going to need to be kept an eye on.
I do not like being messed with.
You're just gonna throw Layla a stare.
Help me get her out of here. I mean, help me get her out of here.
I'll help too.
As you guys make your way towards the gate, as you guys are about to leave, Meredith is like, "Oh, wait, one more thing." And do any of you stop?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I'll stop.
Lapis stops and gives her a glare, like very scary. Yeah.
I'll stop.
Meredith smiles at you and walks up, and she reaches into a pouch and she pulls out that bag of gold and kind of tinkles it in front of your face, and she says, "As you can see, much better to be friends with Tobias than enemies." And she drops the coins into your hand and walks away.
gonna
Whose
hand
hand?
them to Caden.
And there is 100 gold coins inside the pouch.
He'll take them.
Oh, we need way more than that for what I just fucking went through.
Okay, so you guys make your way out. We can either end the session here, or do you guys want to go somewhere first?
Yeah, I think Cell's dying over there.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm sorry, I keep
okay.
dozing off. I'm really tired of session today. And then an
Tavern
ordering
out.
session is a hard day.
Just say
Yeah,
we make
if-
our way to the tavern and call
Yeah.
it good.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lapis needs to cool the fuck off.
You guys can make your way to the tavern.
Yeah.
Um,
Kaden can talk to Taps in the camp chat, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead and end the session here. Amazingly, I got to literally everything I prepared for the session.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
I
Amazing,
did not expect the
literally.
Masterson situation to go that way.
Neither did I.
Sorry.
No.
It wasn't
I
until
expect-
he deflected my questions of like I was like partially joking, but then Kaden like shut down real hard. He's like, "Ah, this is fishy."
Oh, like
Lapis does not like being fucked with. She does not like mind games.
oh, you're in the
From
wrong
her
town,
background. From her background, she does not like that at all.
Yeah, you're literally
Okay,
us
I'm-
when we got here.
You can go ahead and
Oh, I don't know. I just wanted to say I'm really enjoying playing Ember and how she interacts with the group. So anyway,
like
I'm
it.
gonna
No,
go to
I
bed.
love
Good,
her.
awesome.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're gonna be really good friends because we
Yeah.
understand the opposite of each other's problems.
Yeah.
Cute. I love it.
All right. I almost said love you guys.
Love
Love
you.
you.
I'm really tired. Good night. Guys.
Good
Good
night.
night.
So other than the fact that everything went
That's
poorly,
not how I click out of here.
did you guys enjoy the session? Was it good?
Yeah,
I really
Yes.
like that ending.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, I really fucking had a good time tonight. That was
It was
so
good.
good.
it
So
definitely makes a
boring.
difference. All the work you've been putting into it because it's felt really good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for saying that. I was hoping that it's
Yeah.
making a difference.
Yeah, it was really good.
I can't even express to you, like, you know how they talk about how DMs put in hours and hours for a single session?
Hmm
I hadn't been that person, but now I'm definitely that person. I prepped for a long time for this shit. So, I think the biggest thing is I actually know my characters now instead of just they're so they can be consistent and actually have personalities instead
Mhm.
of yeah,
Yeah, that
because I know
helps.
who they are.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really liking.
I feel like when
Bless
excuse
you.
me.
Mhm.
You guys let me so the market's right next to the inn, right? Excuse me.
It's directly north. Yes, it's like literally across the street almost.
How long would it take me to walk to the fishmonger?
The fishmonger.
Yeah, it's still daytime, right?
Yeah.
Noon right now, probably.
So, if you look at the town,
Mm-hmm.
oh, so you were looking at the map. So it
Yeah.
would take you probably about 20-30 minutes to get there.
Okay. Because my thought is she is fucking bristling right now, and she wants to go take a dip in the water.
Actually, it's amazing that you're going there because you guys didn't get any of this information from Masterson because you guys pissed him off. But there's a character there that might be a good thing that you're going to talk to.
Oh yeah, I just in my head I was like, I feel like she would want to like cool the fuck off, literally cool off. So
I'm s-
I don't know if maybe I want to go alone or have someone come with me. I feel like maybe Ember would go with me and just kind of sit. She's a fire Ishari, right? Or a
No.
fire Genasi?
Is
I
she?
don't think she's fire or anything.
I think
Sure
she
looks
is
like an
a. I can't tell you because I don't have a character sheet. So
Yeah, she has it all in D&D Beyond.
yeah, you'll have to ask her. I'm not.
I think she
I'm
just
not-
has red hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think she's
okay.
a Genasi.
Sorry, I've been watching. I've been
Her other
watching
character.
Exandria Unlimited. I got Fira Rai in my head.
Yeah.
I hope that you guys don't think I'm just an asshole with all of my characters.
No,
We're used to your
I
NPCs.
no.
I mean, it's
okay.
kind of a... not all of them.
I expected to play her a bit differently, but I want to do something different.
Yeah.
You know, I expected to play her as a level head, and I feel like most of you guys have a level head.
No,
Well,
it's only situational. This is why I think we're
Yes.
so cool
And
because we
here's one
paid
thing.
for us being like you.
Yes.
Because we were just
Uh,
like you. Like you are what was happening to us when we first got here.
you are doing the exact same thing that
Yeah,
they did.
which is
the first time
awesome.
they met
I
these
love
people.
seeing that. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Also, Iris had to literally beg the others not do what you just did to Mr. Graves.
Yes. You guys handled the mayor perfectly. He's just an upfront asshole. I know this is metagaming and this guy had every intention of making you guys friends. Like
I'm sure he did, but he wasn't making that clear.
Well, he was
I'm
trying to, I guess.
he was
Not
going to
really.
all of those items that he prepared for you, he was going to just give you those. So
Yeah,
like
Kaden was thinking we were gonna end up with a bill, and he feels like
Yeah.
it solidified in his head at the end. At the end, when she was like tallying like how much they were taking out and all that crap,
oh for sure.
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I was
And,
right.
And I assumed, I mean, it was kind of like shitty of him though. Whenever we were like, asking questions, and he was like, "Fine, no, blah blah," you know. It's like
He was like skirting around
we weren't
questions, and I'm
even
like,
allowed to say no. Other beside, and then he's gonna like, okay, fine, I guess you don't get all of this stuff. Bye. Like that's like,
Petty.
kitty.
yeah.
You guys have bought cars before, right?
Yeah.
He's a car
Yeah.
salesman, so that's kind of just the thing is it was like when you're asking him questions about price, it's not even or like money. It's not even so much that he was going to charge you for things. It's just so ingrained into him that you never talk about money until you have a contract in front of them, and he can be like, "Oh, yep, this is everything. Go ahead and sign here. Don't worry about all those numbers. We'll take care of it."
Well, a lot of us were asking questions about like the information and like what he wanted us to do, and he was being cryptic about it. And Lapis does not like that.
He wanted you guys to provide. He was going to give you gifts. He wanted you guys to provide him information, and in return for the information, he would provide you information.
But
It's
what kind of information?
Right.
yeah.
The spirit of the mayor.
Did you catch? Are you aware? Do you remember me talking about how uh the caravans were going missing, but only ones that were carrying valuables like uncut
Yeah.
gems? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but how is that relevant to us? Like, do we care?
It
Like,
sounded like
yeah,
he
like-
wanted us to blame the mayor on the caravans going missing.
Correct.
Right.
That's what he was getting
That's what I was getting at. But and then he was like, "Oh, I have information to help you, get rid of him as mayor." But again, like, what is our stake in it? Like, we don't care. It's not
Right.
our town.
Absolutely. He doesn't understand that, though. He doesn't understand entirely why you guys are here. He's assuming that you guys are just working for the mayor. He knows that you guys had a bad interaction with the mayor, and so he was hoping to capitalize on that to get something from you.
Yeah, he's got the right idea because I don't like the mayor, and I would fuck him up, just not right now. Not fuck him up, I wouldn't mind dethroning him or getting him out of power. But in Caden's head, he was hoping to use the tower to do that, like after the fact.
Oh, and just so you know, like it's not a big deal that you guys like didn't go along with it. And honestly, here's the thing: he wouldn't have gotten that mad. It's just Zone of Truth is like very taboo in his world. That was like a personal insult to him. And he felt slighted after all of the kind of nice things he said about you guys, and then you did that. Like, I know that Lapis wouldn't necessarily know. I'm just trying to explain why he had the reaction that he did.
Well, ultimately, I felt like it ended up being fun to roleplay it out.
That much was absolutely true.
Yeah, I would, even if it like goes against it, I think it was fun how it went that way instead.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that was fun. That
Yeah.
I didn't like.
No.
Okay. Because
Way to love hating your villains.
Yeah,
I
honestly, like it feels good when you feel like it's rational. It's like or suspicious, and then role playing a character because my character, he doesn't like rich people in general.
Of course. Yeah.
And Lapis doesn't like corruption.
Or
She
Kush.
hates it.
Mhm.
Like that's one of like she literally left where she was because of that reason.
Did you kind of understand? I'm asking these questions because it'll help me role play them later, or not later, but like adjust my role playing so that I make sure that I give you guys the information I want you to. Did you guys get that um he really didn't care about becoming mayor or anything like that?
Well,
He
it's
just wanted to
Yeah.
what he
eliminate
said.
him.
That's what he said, but we can't believe everything that he says.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but he did say it
That's
was
why I
bad for
rolled Zone of
business.
Truth there.
He did say what?
Well, he said
Adam?
that the mayor was bad for business, and so I could see him wanting him out. And I think
Mhm.
Caden believed that. But whether being the second person in power, what happens when the mayor goes away? Who is in charge? Most likely. I was like, and he doesn't know the like who's going to be in charge if the mayor ended up being taken out of the picture. Like Caden doesn't
Yeah.
understand how government works.
Mhm. Um,
Neither does Adam.
did it matter to you guys at all that she gave you? And by the way, I hope you guys don't think that she gave you the full amount because I was feeling bad as a DM. That was actually a strategy.
I did think you felt bad as a DM.
I did
Good
not.
to know.
I don't care if you guys don't get the
I
money.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because the thing is like it does like yeah, that you it was your choices that led you there. Uh, I just
Oh.
above board want you guys to know that wasn't me feeling bad as the mayor. That was actually her trying to impress upon you that maybe you're making a bad decision by being on his bad side.
Lepus thinks she's being fucking manipulated. So
You are being manipulated, absolutely.
Yeah, the whole thing was felt manipulated.
You
As
haven't
long as
played
we're
with
all
me.
on the same page.
You haven't played with me long enough. My characters, like I've told you this, in my view of the world, most people are shitty. Like there's not a lot of nice people in the world, and anyone in power is probably shitty. So they're very manipulative to get what they want. So you'll notice that my nobles are very manipulative assholes. What was that?
I was talking to Miranda.
Telling
I
hold on,
really like the
I'll be right back.
interaction with the strange man he's seeing. She just goes, "What? What are you looking at? Damn it!"
You could tell when he looked at you, it was like like his normal smile got a little bit bigger, and he was like, oh, "Okay."
Moving a little bit forward.
Just tormenting me,
Mhm.
fucking asshole.
Oh man.
Skinwalker. I'm just kidding.
And by the way, just so you guys know, it's totally fine if you hate both of these people. These are not the only people that can help you accomplish your goals in this town. So, I have like, there's going to be 4 different people that you can choose from to accomplish shit. So,
Aris mumbling to herself, just replace them all with zombies. It'll be so easy.
so so yeah, I don't have the little form. I want to get your form, Adam, so that you guys have to do the little post-session surveys.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just Google
Personally,
Forms.
I just like complaining straight to you.
Or
After
you could
session
just-
for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I thought you made it yourself. You could just
you can
Google
make
it?
it. Yeah, you can make it. Just Google Forms and use
Okay.
that. Yeah,
perfect. Okay.
you might be able to do it from the survey that I've already posted. Like there might be an area on that area. You know what I mean? Like click the
Yeah.
little icon or something.
Yeah, and make my own version of it and send
Mhm.
it to you guys. For sure. That's cool.
Boop, boop, boop.
So, was there anything you guys didn't like about the session?
No, I thought it was really good.
Good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I think it was pretty good. Yeah, I can't think of anything I didn't like.
We did a pretty good job at like whenever you kept going past when we were on a roleplay, we'd bring you back. So
Yes, thank you.
that was a good on the players for doing that.
Absolutely.
Good job, everybody.
I was
Yeah.
impressed with you guys doing that.
Yes, and I'm trying to get better about not interrupting and giving other people the floor. I didn't get a chance tonight, Ayla, to kind of. I think there was one point where I wanted to like interact with you so I could hear you a little more, but
Mhm. No, it's okay.
I think we moved
I-
past the thing, and we were pretty much already on our way, and I was like, "Ah, fuck."
I feel
Oh,
that
you know
now,
what?
too.
I think it was when Celestina started talking to me. I was gonna ask Ayla how you were feeling after the interaction with the mayor, but she started talking to me. I think that's why I didn't say anything.
Ah.
Hmm.
Partway through with the interaction with Mayor, I also wanted to check on Ayla, see if she was about to stab someone.
Mhm.
But
I don't
there's
think
just so much going on.
he was overly douchey.
Hostile.
Yeah.
I wasn't overly anything.
No, I meant the mayor. I don't think he was overly
Oh.
overly douchey to you
I was
guys.
like, I was, I was okay.
You were totally fine.
What did
Ah.
Ayla look like as she was sitting there?
Like, arms crossed, eyebrow raised, toe tapping.
Sonic.
What?
I
The-
just can't get that picture out of my face now.
The image of Sonic, the hedgehog.
Sorry.
No, that was good. I actually enjoyed playing those characters really well. I thought I had the mayor. I have the mayor down now. Like, yeah.
Alright, okay. So I originally, obviously, Lapis has. I'm just gonna tell you guys because I feel like it's pretty obvious what's happening. So she was a paladin. She came from Kadrin,
Yeah, Dragon Reach.
Dragon Reach, and there's that infighting going on and like the mage whateverness happening. And Lapis didn't like that, so she fled. Is this common knowledge that Dragon Reach is a shitty place?
Yeah.
Yes.
Caden wants
Okay.
to avoid that place at all costs.
Yeah, so she fled, and she is very new to the real world.
Very military structure most of her life.
Yes, and having no structure is probably fucking with her brain. So she's trying to find herself in this shitty town with a bunch of people that try to manipulate her, and it pisses her off. So that's kind of what's going on in her mind right now, is that she's being fucked with. She left literally weeks ago to then go to the tower to meet Soma, but then be assigned this job with you guys, and she's being fucked with all the time,
Welcome to
getting
the club.
attitude, and she hates it. So I think that she's probably going to attempt to learn how to curb her temper, but right now she doesn't quite know how. She's only 22,
Mhm.
so she's pretty young. I think she's 22. Yeah, she's 22.
22 in dragon years.
By the way, Iris, how old are you?
I think she was 17 last. Yeah, she's like 17.
That's what I actually. Yeah.
Caden totally
Oh.
treats you like you're 10, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
Like
Oh, I thought you were
19.
talking about me.
What was that, Miranda?
That Ayla is about 19 presenting.
Mm-hmm. She looks young too.
Yeah, but she's like older than Kaden.
Caden's
Oh.
like, yo, youngling.
Yes.
Nara's still trying to wrap her head around that one.
Caden hasn't even picked up on it.
No. Because she's human, you know? So it's not like, you know, that's a something that
Great.
happens.
Yeah.
My favorite part of literally the entire session is fucking Tara's like, sweet, in and out, no issues
God.
whatsoever. And
Aiden.
I was stressed out about this thing, and it's good, and then smash, it's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm feeling good. I'll tell him where Mir is. Really, she
man.
brought this on herself.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't inside the building, because I can only imagine if the guards would have been upset.
Oh, they would have probably arrested you.
It would have
if
been a
you did
bigger
it.
scene, for sure.
Well, because they were told that if they cause any problems, deal with it.
I would have used a new power.
For sure.
Not the one you're thinking of, Josh. Not that one.
Oh, okay.
That'd be a little extra. Unless you told me to, because DM.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had a moment that I thought would fit yet.
No, I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Boop, boop.
By the way, I wanted to ask you guys, what are your guys' plans for next session, so that I can prepare that
Fuck
shit.
do.
So she is going to like the docks down here to swim.
Would that be something for next session or camp chat? Like, would
No,
Josh?
that I want that to be next session.
Okay.
Because that shit's gonna like. I was going to try to like, so some characters down there. I was going to direct you there. So now that she's just gonna go there, I don't have to. So Lapis.
Maybe we just go for a dip. Maybe Kaden, you're like, why don't we go swimming?
No.
We need a fucking cool down.
I don't think I would do that.
The water will carry him away.
I have
definitely
bad.
would not.
I drink some of the water. I'm not happy about the water.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to
Think
go
about
near
that.
it.
And then you guys are all going back to the end to talk to Taps, right?
Correct.
I'm not.
Yeah, I meant just the
Oh,
rest of
okay.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that we also wanted to talk to, because the mayor said talk to the druid, or not the druid, the tiefling in the temple.
Dragonborn in the temple, but yes.
Oh, you swear you said tiefling. Did you change it?
I might have. I don't remember. I changed that a long time ago. If I did.
Yeah, it's a tiefling eldrith, apparently taking refuge abandoned the temple.
Yes,
Mayor
I
doesn't
did
like
change
them.
it.
Used to be
I
a priest.
did change it. I did change it because of Lapis. I forgot,
Okay.
Um,
and I wasn't sure if I'd actually even really stated what race he
Okay,
was. So
right.
yeah, just change that to Dragonborn.
Gotcha.
And talk to Taps.
quick question about the fishmonger. There's a building, right? Or is it
Yes.
like docks?
It's a building, like a warehouse type of a place, as well as docks.
Okay. Would you say that there's like maybe a small restaurant in there?
No, the only real place to get food is gonna be the Misty Tap.
Okay.
Why are you thinking
Um,
about camp chat? Like we all go there instead?
No.
Oh, okay.
What I was thinking is I need to be away from everyone because I don't want to hurt you guys because I know that I have a temper. So I come down here and I swim. And then what I wanted to do is I wanted to go in here and rest and maybe have a small meal. And then I would use... Hold on, let me put it in the chat.
Well,
I would use this feature to send a note to you guys so you know where I am.
Okay.
And then maybe you can come meet me after you talk with Taps and take care of whatever stuff you gotta take care of, and then you would come meet me. And that would make it easier for Josh too, since he wants us to come here anyway, then you would just come meet me.
Wait, so do you always have like minions with you then?
Yeah, this would mean you have minions with you.
You gotta name them and stuff now.
Yeah,
This is
they
Billy
have
and
to
this
be-
is Bob.
They have to be characters if you're gonna
Okay.
use these.
You missed one. The
I-
third one doesn't get a name.
Exactly.
He hasn't earned it yet.
Okay. So now I have an idea.
Okay.
I want to have little... How do I put this? Let me try to find a picture of what I'm thinking of here.
Disturbing looking kobolds again?
No, not that.
Which would be awesome for the
This
record.
means you have a squire, right? Because
You're a knight. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's a knight
And-
feature.
yeah.
Yes. So if GM will allow, I have larger than normal little, because they look kind of like me, but they're not actually dragons.
Uh-huh.
I have 2-foot tall axolotls that maybe live on another plane. And I
That
learned
won't
through
work.
backstory stuff.
The living on another plane will not work. Because you can't transfer between planes right now.
Oh. See, I don't want little things on me. Normally in games, I want all the little creature buddies. but for her, I don't feel like that would be normal.
I think you're a knight. You have
They're
a groom.
Yeah, it's supposed to be people, aren't it? Like commoners, it says on there.
Mm-hmm. You have a groom, takes care of your horse. You have a squire, who's like helps you put your armor on and shit like that. And you may have like a baggage man or whatever who
I mean,
loads your baggage and carries your trunks and shit like that.
Okay.
Which is pretty legit.
Can they be not dragonborn?
Yeah, they could be whatever you want them to be.
Okay, let me look at the races real quick.
I didn't know you had this, otherwise we would have talked about this already.
Sorry.
Oh no worries. It's you know, it's cool now we can discuss it.
Like they showed up
yeah.
late.
I think they
yeah,
actually,
came through the fucking tower and they were like, ah, fuck. So they gotta like walk because the tower was only sending me, and they were like, wait, and then I leave and they're like, oh god.
I don't think it was a surprise. I think you showed up at the tower with a bunch of shit, like because you're a knight, so you showed up there with all of your shit.
Mhm.
Ugna said, "Yeah, we can't wait for all that. You gotta go now." Sent you through the doorway. Your retainers stayed behind to gather all of that stuff and get it ready to transport here. And then they just recently come back into town. So I think while you're swimming, they're gonna fucking show up so that you can send them to do whatever you want. But
Okay.
yeah, we'll talk about that because we talk all the time, so we can discuss this.
I think that's
I know I
really
want one
cool.
of them to be a tiefling because I love tieflings.
For sure. But yeah, they're straight up servants, and I would rather them not be like characters that we talk to a lot, unless we have a cool idea in which we want to make that a thing. But for now, since I don't know who they are and I don't want to have to roleplay them,
Yeah,
they're just going to
they're
be servants.
just background
that do shit.
characters.
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah. So, all right. So you guys want to go talk to Taps? She's gonna go swim. You guys are gonna go to the temple probably. Okay. Cool. But here's the thing that's interesting right now. So I had a bunch of plans, and honestly, I thought you guys would like this Masterson guy because he was being nice to you, and so I was gonna use him to push the plot forward. And now that you guys don't like him, I need to come up with some stuff to keep you guys here, because, yeah. Man,
that was such an impressive rate of loss of reputation. Like, I've never seen us go from, oh, we're relatively okay to, holy shit, we hate each other.
yeah, he was, like, trying to bribe the fuck out of you guys. And then you cast Zone of Truth, and he was like, wow, the disrespect.
Disrespect.
You were disrespecting us, bitch. That was her opinion.
No, I totally get
God,
it. Like,
I
I
love
could
it.
see Lapis doing that, but also the only bad thing about knowing my characters is if I didn't know him very well, I wouldn't necessarily have acted that way because it doesn't help me as a DM. But that character, man, you like slapped him in the face with a fish.
Then she goes over to Fishmonger, get an actual one for next time.
Yeah, fuck, man. Brutal. I mean, here's the thing, though. He's a salesperson. He doesn't want to lose a sale, so we'll see how that plays out. Let me ask you: is there any chance that he fucking gets back on your good side?
I think it's possible. It's just my initial impression was meh, and it's like Caden in his head was like, depending on what we find out from the people he talked about, it's like it might help push it that direction. But also, Caden doesn't want to deal with the mayor either. But I guess it depends on the timeline of how things play out too.
Yeah. So, how much does Caden know about Dondregel and all that shit?
Dondregel? Who's Dondregel?
The bone dragon.
Oh, the bone dragon?
Yeah.
I don't think he did too much research into dragons in his studies, because like when he was away, it was all focusing on his work. And obviously he was in the Fey realm, so it's not like he did studies. And before that, yeah, he doesn't. Unless it came up in the story, anything that he learned like on his adventures, he didn't focus on it. He didn't care
Okay.
because he didn't like gods in general. He wasn't
Yeah.
about to start like researching religion.
Yeah. It's gonna be so funny. I had all this stuff of how to push you to where I want you to go, and you may completely sidestep all of it, and I have to send you there on a completely different route. It's hilarious.
Very nice, servant.
I love playing Dungeons and Dragons with you guys.
In general, I sent one of my servants, the tiefling. That's what he looks like.
Oh, for sure. That's awesome.
I have a servant, a
Alistair, go brush your teeth.
A servant, a squire.
Okay, what does the squire do?
So a squire is a person who basically, have you ever seen A Knight's Tale?
No.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yeah.
much do you know about medieval knights and stuff like that?
Enough.
So-
So I watched Merlin.
So a squire is basically a knight in training. So as you're coming up, your squire basically like takes care of your armor, helps you get dressed in armor, basically waits on you, serves at your pleasure, but in return you train them in fighting and mounted combat and shit like that. Basically, they are a student servant. So they serve you, but you return the favor by teaching them how to become a knight. And once you as a knight believe that they're ready to be a knight, they get to go be a knight. Like you tell the king, if we're in medieval times, you would tell whoever the king is or whatever that this person is ready to be a knight now, and you would graduate from being a squire into being a knight.
You would knight them.
Correct.
Excuse me.
And so basically they carry your sword around. Shit like
They're
that.
your lackey.
Yeah, basically they're your bitch boy.
It almost sounds like he would, or they would be more of a important character than the other two for
The
roleplay.
squire, I think we could make a case for it becoming an actual character.
I think it'd be really good for cam chat.
Absolutely.
That's my halfling squire.
Okay.
And then what's the last one? So I have a servant, a squire,
A
a
And-
groomer, like a
Yeah.
retainer.
Yeah, a groom that takes care of your horse.
Okay. What race do I want to
Basically-
go with for that?
When you ride up to the inn, you dismount your horse and hand the reins to your groom, and then walk in the inn. You don't have to deal with that
Like
shit.
Goliath.
Oh
Big
God.
guy. Hey, horsey,
And I-
good horsey.
I think you're kind of like your servant. Basically, is kind of like the guy that stays in the room, polishes your armor, fucking makes sure your bed's turned down for you, fucking all your
Maybe
laundry's done.
teach them some ways of the arcane.
I mean, you could, but that would be you being incredibly nice. Like
Well,
usually,
I feel like she's not a bitch to them.
well, yeah, you don't have to be a bitch, but usually, so like, a knight's manservant is basically like your most trusted companion. They're the one that you talk to, and they are completely like your man. Like they will
Well,
die
that
for you.
tiefling and I are probably pretty close.
So
I would say that I would rather the party know him if we're gonna make this a thing than the squire,
okay, yeah,
because I
he-
feel like the squire is more serious.
Okay.
And I think that maybe, if you're okay with it, Michael, my squire has slowly already, very quickly actually, developed a small crush on Iris. Because he's pretty young. I want
yeah,
to
I was
say
gonna
he's
your squire would be a teenager.
yeah.
Fair enough,
I want to
fair
say
enough.
he's maybe 16, 17. He's got that beard that's just finally coming in.
God.
Pretty quiet to himself.
He'd probably be like 14, 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a little bit younger. Can I say 16?
Okay.
Like just turning 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do that. Because usually you become a squire at like 12. So he's probably been your squire for a while now.
I think he's probably traveling with me more as a friend now. A
Yeah.
companion.
I think basically he's like ready. You're just not gonna give it to him yet. Gonna have to earn it.
I'm reluctant to let go.
My squire.
And yeah, he's totally gonna seduce Iris.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Roll a
Poor
performance
Iris.
check.
Caden steps in between them.
Oh yeah, Father Caden's gonna be like, "Are you eyeballing my daughter?"
Second person's end up in that dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Alistair?
Oh,
I
I
just screamed.
Are
I
you
forgot.
okay?
But you guys still have to go talk to frickin'
Yeah, we can't leave yet
Various.
until we deal with that. Well, we don't have to, but I think we want to.
Man, I made the map for the mayor's house and everything for you guys to sneak in there and built it
I'm
all
sure
out.
we'll burn it down later.
Cool freaking scenes and all that shit.
To be fair, we could probably get in there and grab whatever we needed pretty fucking easy.
Yeah, for sure. You probably-
Would you allow my what the fuck retainer? Like the person who does all the nasty shit like changing bedding, whatever. Would you allow it to be a fairy?
I'll have to think about that one. I'll think about it. Maybe. I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know. How would Ayla feel about her having a fairy as
She
a...
would hate it.
know.
Ayla would definitely try to kill the fairy.
I think this is a great idea.
But
I
no,
do too,
you
actually.
like Tina though?
No?
Okay. But you knew Tina from the beginning.
Probably makes it worse.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tina's a different thing. Like, I think Ayla doesn't like Tina because Tina's the reason that a lot of shit happened. But they have history. So I don't think it's kill on sight with Tina.
Well, Tina's the reason why we're in the material realm. Is what
Agreed.
brought us here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. You guys have history.
fair enough.
Straightforward death isn't sufficient for this.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, I don't care. Fine. Have your retainer be a fairy. I don't care. I could lose.
Kind of thinking about it.
That could lead to some cool roleplay shit.
Alright, so
I
Iris
didn't
and
even
Nicole-
know that's what that all meant. I thought it was just I contact somebody and then they send a message
yeah,
for me.
they're totally around you all the time.
That's funny.
You have a posse.
Okay.
Paladin gang rolling up.
Man, I need to figure out something to make Ayla stop hating everybody.
She's thoroughly traumatized. She
Yeah,
needs to have some healing done. That's what it is.
you like everyone is everything you hate about humanity in this
I
town.
have an idea. So she just needs to die more often.
No. Like, you have to remember, she was literally held captive and tortured and used by the Fae.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
By like a crazy amount, like, and then they would use her family against her, her friends against her, and they would use her against them, and and then we finally try to get free, and we
Mhm.
have this device that we can't control, and I've lost them now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh man. By the way, I have like the other night I was sleeping, or not sleeping, but getting ready to go to sleep, and I had this epiphany about your fucking character.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually woke up and came in and, or not woke up, but got up and came in here and actually wrote some shit down so I wouldn't forget it.
Fuck yeah.
Because I have
what I
some,
like to hear.
I have some ideas of what's going on with your quest line now. See, this is why I'm so happy. By the way, Nikki, I'm giving you credit again. When she joined and I started writing so much stuff down, like I stopped having to replay so much stuff that I've been able to like expand so much of my thought process. Can't believe it took me almost 2 years to get to this point. Can only imagine how different this campaign would have been if I'd had the skills to DM back then.
But it's about the journey.
Yeah. Like, do you guys have a better like understanding of like what the town looks like and stuff like that now because of some of that description?
Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't hear it before, but it's really great, Josh. Like, you should be proud. Your narrations are really good and they really set a scene.
Mhm.
And that's coming from a writer.
One thing that I wish is that I was better at the narration. Like I think I read it too fast.
That is one thing I would say. Slow down a little bit. Nobody's rushing you. Don't feel pressured. Just take your time. You know, like the Furbolg, distant cousins of giants. The first Furbolgs wandered the primeval forest of the multiverse. You don't
Yeah.
need to read it fast. Like, because I find that you often trip over your words because you're trying to read it really fast, and it's probably nervousness.
Absolutely.
So we're not going to judge you. If anyone does, I'll kill them. Nobody will, though. I promise. Don't worry about it.
Like, by the way, so you know when Masterson was going over all the shit that he was giving you guys?
Mhm.
Like, I intentionally didn't let you guys respond, but did that annoy you? Were you like, would you have rather me stopped in between?
No.
Okay.
I think I would have wanted to. Yeah.
I
React.
figured he
Yep.
was doing it fast on purpose because, like, Caden was like, this is going to cost something, but he didn't want us to ask.
Yes, that's exactly why he was
Yeah.
doing it.
And I got that, like, immediately, at least for me.
Okay.
I'm in the middle ground. Like, I understand what you're going for, but I also think that someone out of us would have been like, yo, hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
I felt like I could have, though. I thought about it, but I didn't.
So, I know that I have said things like, and the rule is don't interrupt the DM. But kind of what I was going for in that situation is that if any of you guys tried real hard to interrupt me, I would have stopped. But like, you guys would have had to make an effort because if like say it was real life, unless you guys like went, hold on, stop, he would have just bull rushed over you because he was doing something. It was a means to an end. He wanted to do all of it, be like, oh look, I'm giving you all this shit, look how awesome I am, oh come with me, like type of a thing. So it was an on purpose situation.
So we'll try and keep that in mind going forward. If it seems like your character is trying to railroad us, that's intentional. And we should
Correct.
do something.
Yes.
But if it's an actual narration, like, I think we could tell the difference usually.
Yeah, if the character's talking, like in between, like I usually when I talk, I go to a point and then I give you guys an opportunity.
Yeah.
When I'm like jumping, clearly moving one thing to the next thing to the next thing, then it's because I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
Yeah.
I have an idea, Josh.
What's that?
My servant, my retainer, is a female kobold that has a thing for Ugna.
Oh my god.
No, he's gonna cheat on Thule. He bit you. You're married.
That's true.
How many partners does Thule have?
That's irrelevant to Ugna. He bit you, and now you're married.
And that's what she looks like.
Hold on, let me see.
Oh no.
Alistair, did you brush your teeth?
That is a pretty
Okay,
kobold.
go to bed.
And she and I are very close. Like, we share everything with each other, and I know this. I know that she likes Ugna, but I'm not gonna tell him. but she is always there. So at night, maybe there are some interactions between Ugna and.
So here's what I was gonna say. I don't think she should just be like, "Oh man, I like that Ugna." I think she should just find him attractive.
Mhm.
And
Maybe
it
she
should,
kind of winks at him and like waves at him sometimes.
I
And
think they should build the relationship, not just
acts
pat.
like
Yeah.
she puts hair behind her ear even though she has none. Like the tuck behind the ear but has no hair.
That's gonna be super interesting because Ugna is so clueless when it comes to dating. He just he truly believes that biting somebody means you're married.
Yeah, and he did bite Thule like the first time they met, essentially.
Uh-huh. And he's said,
Was it was Caden, or
yes.
yeah, he was like, that means you're married now, or something like that, and then he
Oh,
leaned
yeah.
into it.
Oh my god. So this is all your fault.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how it went. I remember it
Yeah,
was
it's
a
in the
hilarious, a hilarious scene. But he was like, "Yeah, I bet you. That means we're married." And
No,
Julie was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and Julie was like, "Okay."
Okay.
yeah. She's a lover.
Yeah. Oh man, Caden, I so wanted to be. Ugna was like, "Yeah, but Caden knows Julie."
Oh god. I didn't want to think about that.
He wasn't Caden at the time. All right.
Well, you do know that Ugna knows, right?
Ooh, Caden doesn't know.
No, but you.
I
had
know.
him.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
It seemed like
Okay.
that.
You fail. He rolled a really high perception check. I think I even showed it to you at one point, and he didn't make it obvious, but he was like, "Oh, that's not what's going on here." I think he's even hinted a couple times that he knows what's going on.
Hmm.
Her name is Vildrea.
Nice name.
Oh man, that's gonna be so fun. I get to roleplay Ugna trying to flirt with another kobold.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes there's some lulls,
Mhm.
you know?
Absolutely.
And that would give you as a DM an opportunity to break those silences by role playing with and if you're okay with it, I will role play as her.
Absolutely. And
And
camp, it's perfect for camp chat too. Now Ugna,
yeah.
it gives me a reason to be like. So like I've been looking for ways to get Ugna in, but since Ugna isn't actually friends with any of you, like he's kind of your boss, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can't really find moments to actually insert him into conversations because it doesn't make any fucking sense. He wouldn't do that. And none of you guys know him, so his behavior would be like, fucking. Not that you don't know him, but like, the last group, like, loved Ugna, so his freaking behavior was endearing to them. It might not be to this party.
Iris would have made the motion to put Ugna in the bag of holding if I had remembered to say so earlier.
Yeah, you threw him out the window. What a jerk. I don't think Ugna likes you very much, Iris. That was very offensive. You threw him out the window.
He asked.
Does that mean that I have a horse?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Man,
want to find a picture of what my horse looks like.
It's so ridiculous.
Discovering
He's-
so
I
many
love
things
this.
about your character.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
No, it's cool. This is why I'm super glad that you thought it was one thing and it's not, because now it's going to become a whole thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't. Hold on. Damn it. It does say horse. I wanted to choose a different mount. Fuck.
I've told you, if you give me super good reason why it is a certain way, I give you a lot of leeway. I will say this though, frickin', it would be weird for your mount to not be a horse. It would be commented upon, and it would be a thing. So, if you want to do that, just understand that it will have consequences for it not being an actual horse.
But what if it's like a moose?
That would be very strange. Like, people would be like, why the fuck do you have a moose as a horse?
That'd be awesome for the record, but
I
very
mean, I agree with you. That's
Also,
pretty cool.
Moose are scary.
Yes, and
Meese.
horses would not be big fans of moose.
Okay.
And the plural is moose, by the way.
Yeah.
Not
Michael
anymore.
said these. That's funny.
Meese. Oh man, how am I gonna?
So
fucking-
obviously it's gonna have to be a giant horse, right? So I'm
Yes.
thinking like Clydesdale.
Yeah, it'd have to be a huge horse. Could be like a charger or something like that too.
A tree
Ooh,
area.
I like this. I like these.
By
I
the
like
way,
this a lot.
I really loved this session. It was very enjoyable. But